Start. And we just gonna have to see what it be. Excellent connection. Okay. I
You're
like
saying
that
that
so
now,
far. Yeah, and listen, I can only go with the listen, I can go only go with the evidence that I have.
but he's ass.
All right, let me switch up this docket. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. So
We need to also throw out there our Spotify stats on
word,
the show too.
word, O'Shea. Uh, NWA is on some shit right now, my guy.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Dr.
they are.
Dre.
Yellow boys on your team, so you're losing. Hey, yo, Dre, stick to producing.
The Orange Boy's on his team, so he losing. Oh,
Yo,
my bad.
I also think Ice Cube's capping.
Well, I
He
mean,
ain't stopped. He ain't stopped talking because he felt like he was attacked. Nah, he was trying to avoid being attacked because his boy lost. Now I know he'll say, "I wasn't supporting him." Well,
yeah, maybe.
kind of comes off like that a little,
Right.
Like
you
that.
might be telling the truth. It's possible.
So,
I
did
ain't
you
call you
see
a
an
whole
increase
liar.
in quality after doing all that adjusting?
I think that I haven't seen a decrease. So that's amazing because no, that's amazing because I lowered settings.
Oh, okay.
So
And you
since I
lower
haven't seen a
settings,
decrease, it
right,
should be good.
right. So
Because I
since
think some of the
it's
issues
not.
that we have
Mhm.
sometimes are because the settings weren't absolutely right.
Oh, so wait a minute. So you think that is probably what's affecting the delay,
I have no idea.
or do you think that might have been affecting, like, in other words, was your computer being taxed
That's
more?
possible too.
Mm-hmm.
That's possible too. So,
This shit look
like I
pretty sharp
said,
to me. I got it on
right.
full screen. It looks pretty sharp.
That's what I'm saying. I lowered settings all across. I did not raise one setting. I lowered
Interesting.
settings across several boards. I did raise the audio setting, the audio bit rate.
Okay.
But I decreased the video bit rate so much that the overall bit rate still ended up going down. So,
Interesting.
uh, yeah, if this
Looks pretty good.
it looks promising.
What you probably need to do, all of the settings that you have currently that seem to be working all right, you need to catalog those, because
Facts.
Marissa's gonna be working on that whole
Absolutely.
thing, and we want to know, you know, what settings we
Absolutely.
can give people.
Facts.
Of course,
Because
after
this
that.
seems to be promising. It's not as and then like certain times where like just looking at my OBS
Feed.
screen,
Mm-hmm.
there's certain slowdowns. What up, Greg? There's
Yeah,
certain
facts. What's up,
slowdowns
Greg?
that are not happening
Right,
right now.
right.
That would happen like every now and then. It'd be a little stutter, and right now I'm not seeing any of that. It looks
That's dope.
relatively fluid. So
It does. I'm not gonna lie. It really does. Now, I did do some settings adjustments myself
word.
on the visual. Like, I
Yeah.
had the contrast up way too high.
Mm,
Way too high, because I know you did some adjustments on your end.
yeah.
So I scaled that back and just went up a little bit, and went up a little with saturation. And
Yeah.
I think I like the way that looks better. Let
Word.
me do something real quick, and then do some sharing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Somebody posted in my Facebook group. Who the fuck is still in the Facebook group? I be so baffled by humans, man. So baffled. But whatever. Time to start sharing the link. pages, my Black Culture Geeks. Let me get this copy. I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook, especially the new Facebook. Allow me to post my damn comment. You're annoying as all hell. About edit page info, photos, videos, trace pen. There we go.
Yeah, back. So let me do some sharing real fast.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yo, you are ass, yo. Damn it. That's crazy. Crazy talk.
Hey. Search for page, multi-world entertainment. We about to put the entertainment in multi-world entertainment. Bruh, this thing that I just thought that, I don't want to say anything on the stream, but if this works out the way that I'm envisioning it in my head, God damn it. All right, let me share it to my page, even though not a soul sees anything that happens on my Facebook page. I just don't understand.
You've been shadow banned.
It's possible, but God,
I've never seen somebody that has as many people that you do interact with in your personal life that's on your Facebook.
Right. And niggas just don't be sick. I'll say, and here's the thing. Not people that I don't really mess with like that. They're just around. But people like my mother. People like my mother. It is like, when you do this, I'm like, you ain't see the Facebook post? No. What do you mean? Why didn't Facebook show you the post?
Right.
Facebook is aware of our relationship. Facebook knows that you're my mother. I have it in my bio, on my little page. You know, they got the little section. Nah, nigga, they got the little section where you could tell them your family members and shit. Right. Yeah, I got her on there as my mother. I got Fab on there as my brother. Like, what the fuck? Like, no, I ain't say it. Fuck you mean? Or like, for instance, I noticed with Just Chris, I'll see his shit and think it's hilarious, and I'll put a laugh react on it, and then realize that he posted it like 3-4 days ago.
Oh, damn.
Like, what the fuck, y'all ain't show me that? It's not like I took an extended break from Facebook.
Yo, Facebook's just not into you.
Clearly. Like, I've strongly been contemplating making a new profile.
Listen, you said one too many fuck Zucks, and
that's possible. Because I say it often.
Right. Fuck Zuck. You say one too many of those.
That's possible. I ain't gonna hold you. But it's like I'm strongly contemplating starting a new Facebook page. Because what the hell? Like, nobody sees my shit. Oh, well, okay. All right, let's go that way. Like, nobody ever sees my shit. It's
a little frustrating, right?
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. Because I don't want the fucking attention.
Well, I heard that. Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up again.
What?
So I'm only saying this. Greg's here now, but Greg can take this and spread this as far as it needs to go. We're running a campaign.
Yo, I can't stand you. I hate
Make James famous.
Each and every one of your individual guts, my guy.
We basically try. Look, all of us have had a little brush with some limited fame in multi-world. At least the 4 early adopters, right?
Yeah.
So you got Keith with his channel now.
But see, mine didn't have my name attached.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's what we're trying to eliminate, right? So Addie's had his little stuff. Addie, I've had a little brush, right?
You nigga.
So
cap. All cap.
So except for SPJ, and we feel like that is a crime and a shame. I mean, so the campaign is to make James famous.
I am much better off in the background, which is so ironic because what I'm about to do, I'm not going to be in the background.
Nope.
It's because I understand how this shit works. That doesn't mean.
Yeah, but see, if you truly understand how this thing works, the other thing comes with it. If that
nigga, I know that's the issue.
Comes with it.
That's the issue.
So
I want what I want, but I also understand how this shit works.
Make James famous. I actually was supposed to do I think I'm going to do it. The next episode of my legacy series is going to be about that kind of that thing. My experience with that. It's cool till it's not. It's cool till it's not. And you need to recognize that before it's not.
Yeah.
That
Facts.
Facts. And then make a decision.
I don't know. I don't like the fucking attention, but I also know what I need to do in order to reach the goals that I want to reach.
Yep.
So it becomes a bittersweet thing when I realize nobody's seeing my fucking posts.
Nigga, what you want goes complete contrary to your goal.
Sure.
So
here's the thing that really made me realize it. When I posted that picture of you yesterday, and you're the only person that saw it. Like how? How does that even work? Because maybe
I think you've been shadow banned, though.
Yo, I was about to say maybe because remember how I was always saying shit like you, for instance, how on Facebook a lot of people like misspell things purposely because saying it the right way usually gets them in Facebook jail.
Yeah.
I've never experienced Facebook jail, but what if my way of being punished is just shadow ban?
Yo, it's entirely possible. And again, but I said, I've never seen somebody. Don't get me wrong, there's other people on Facebook that I've seen, but they don't have friends in real life either.
Well, sure. Yeah.
So you want to look at their timeline and look at their friends list. Their friends list, even on Facebook, is very shallow. Not a lot of people there, right? So they don't have friends in real life. So the people they got there must be because they either are in groups with other people, they maybe share a little interest. Somebody saw something they posted once, and was like, oh, okay, I like this guy. Send a friend request. Or he sent the friend request out. Whatever the case is. But you have people that rock with you in real life. I have never seen somebody that had people that rock with them in real life and have them on their Facebook page that don't get the engage. Like, I don't know.
I don't fucking know, bro. All I know is
your content, for instance. That I understand. Because I experienced that to a little lesser degree on my page. Yeah. Like people there for the hot takes or the inspirational quotes or whatever, but they not as there for the content.
Yeah.
And that's something that to deal with. But that's also another reason why I've often stated the people that know you, they not who you should be looking forward to
facts
fuck with your content, because they 9 times out of 10 they won't. They absolutely will not fuck with your content. It'll be strangers, people that you don't know in real life, and they know you through the content that they found of yours. Because the vast majority of my music fan base are not family and friends. They're just not. They're people that some of them have become friends, right? As much as you can online. Like some of them have become friends, but nah, B, like Family and friends. No, like anytime you have cousins that you're close to telling you for the first time they heard something that you put out 8 years ago. Like, they don't, it's just not a thing. It's not a thing. They don't fuck with you. My wife used to always say, most her customers, she got family that knows what she do. Right. They ain't buying shit.
Right.
She got friends that know what she do.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't buying shit. It's all people she don't know.
All that shit. It's a dog eat dog world out here, man.
Yeah, and I don't like the way that tastes. Hey,
what the hell?
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I see the circle jerk. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe we should not proclaim victory so soon.
Right?
There it is. It's back.
Oh, it's back.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
And that says excellent condition.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Let me see. What you talking about? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such,
they're not getting enough video. Was it the bit rate
buffering? No, hold on. It just went back to stream as healthy. I don't know. Let's see. It's probably gonna take a couple weeks to figure shit out.
Yeah, I mean that's on brand. Like a
yeah, because I'm not fucking with it right now. Because no, it's just not gonna happen.
So disclaimer: it is entirely possible that from periodically through the course of this podcast, you might experience a little buffering thing. That's it. We don't know.
It's interesting. No,
is it?
I don't know anymore. I don't know about any of this shit. All I know is we're here.
Yeah.
And now it's back to excellent.
I hate it here.
Yeah, I mean.
No, I don't hate it at excellent. I hate it here generally.
no, I got you. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's never do that again.
Oh,
and see, this is like shit.
Yeah.
Deal with. Hey, Cyrus hit me with that shit on the podcast that we did last week.
What?
I forget what I said, but he was like, "See, folks, this is what I have to deal with." I forget what I said.
It's facts. You're a handful sometimes, my guy.
I don't think that's really.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
The straight man on the
most
of these shows,
because that's what happened. Yeah, I think let's get this train rolling.
All right. I think you are recording, right?
No.
Probably need to be doing that.
Yeah, I'm recording.
Uh-oh. I don't hear that sound.
No, nothing happened.
All right. So let me get this intro out of the way.
Woo, sigh.
Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ. And I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. So I just want to know how everybody's feeling about the soft apocalypse that we've been going through, because the year is almost over, right? And believe me, it's been one of those years where sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying, because
laugh to help cry later. Oh, my bad.
Well,
Sam Jones.
That's going to be that anyway. What's up, Sam? That's going to be that anyway. But yeah, like this year has been full of the horse shit.
Did you read Sam's comment?
No, because it didn't pop up on my screen yet. But I'm about to reload right now.
Yo, these
still didn't pop up. That's crazy.
Well, all right. So he said that buffer was me, Kanye, cutting you off to say Math Hoffa just had the worst battle of all time, and I heard a man say one nigga will bring two niggas and two niggas will bring four. Listen.
That is hilarious.
I said this when he did the first one, and now I feel like I can double down. I haven't watched it yet, full disclosure. Haven't watched it yet, but I feel like I can double down now. This for Legends only bullshit that he's doing ain't it.
Let me tell you.
And I told you how I felt about that Method Man one. Yeah. That's not a fucking battle. That is y'all writing together and going in the studio and recording it in the studio and then lip syncing it over when they record the video. No, that's not a fucking battle.
You know what though? It doesn't appear to be working. I got to go look at the Method numbers, Method Man's numbers. But the last time I looked at the recent one he did with Nicky Jam, that ain't it. And but it's one of those things where if it works, it shuts mouths. If it doesn't, you put yourself in the line of fire for all of the criticism that you won't get on it because you're calling it a battle.
Right. It's not a fucking
battle. It's not technically a battle. So
it's not a battle.
You know, y'all especially if y'all writing together. Like,
I mean, to be fair, I have no concrete proof that they're writing together.
I think they are.
It's just that it seems
I think they are, honestly.
Like, this seems like a step below as far as sanitization goes from the shit that was on NBC, the Rock the Mic or whatever the hell they called it. It seems like a step below that. Like, we still get to do our cursing and we still get to kill people, but it's just as rehearsed, just as fabricated.
Okay, so I'm looking at his views currently. He's at 105,000 views.
For which one?
For Nicky Jam versus Math Hoffa. Now I'm going to Meth. Because look, I'm just saying, if your shit ain't working, they had 1 million views in 3 months. So that's because Meth.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. It's Method Man.
Like,
Method Man's been going through a resurgence in the media recently. So it's just
he got 1 million views in 3 months. What's up, sis? If I'll tell you like this, if he continues to get people that are having a resurgence or are engagement relevant now, right? And his channel gets a whole bunch of fucking views off of it. As much as we don't like it, I'm thinking he ain't doing it for us.
I don't give a fuck. It's a culture vulture-ish move.
It is.
Because it's not battling. These are not battles. That's not what the hell this is. Especially, like I said to you, especially when you have the motherfucker on your interview show before the battle happens. No, that is not how that works. This is not battling. This is
what I'm hoping doesn't happen.
This is battle theater to the highest degree.
What it is. That's what it is. But what I'm hoping doesn't happen, right? I hate to be that guy, but I kind of hope that it don't really take off.
Right.
Because what'll happen is the same thing that happened with hip hop in general.
Yep.
And there ain't nothing purists like us gonna be able to say.
Right. Not a damn thing.
Yeah. Once the people who aren't into the culture, they're just like on the peripheral of it, take to this particular style. Once they do that, nothing. Because I've been screaming to the top of my lungs with these whack ass niggas using the same words all the time at the end of their bars. These whack ass niggas not putting no inflection in their fucking voice when they rap. Right. These whack ass niggas that's ending the bar on the wrong beat. Like, I've been talking about these whack ass niggas that got spaces a mile long in their bars. Nigga, this ain't good. And you know what I heard? What I heard from the people that weren't the purists? You hating. So believe me, I understand where this could go if this is
it's trash. I abhor it. I will not listen. I watched the meth one for several reasons. Number one, back then I was less cool on meth than I am now.
And you didn't know exactly what they were going to do.
That's number two. Number one, I was less cool on meth than I am now. Mm-hmm. Number two is meth.
Right.
Number three, this was a new thing that I'd never seen before. I thought they were actually going to fucking battle.
Right.
But unless, like, barring it being another person that I love as much as I love meth,
you probably won't be.
I'm not even considering watching it. Like, I'm not watching this Nicky Jam one because I
watched it, and I got to tell you, this is what we think they writing together. That more so than even the meth one. This one made me feel like they was writing together. I'm not even gonna lie. And one of the criticisms that ARP had, which by the way, ARP did salute it.
I didn't watch that one. I saw it this morning, but I didn't click on it.
One of the things he said in there was that when Mav does that affected thing that he does with his voice, nigga, that's not how you rap.
No, at all.
So when you do that, it brings more attention to the fact that the audio was done in studio.
Yes,
because you don't sound like you sound when you're up there on stage. And I thought that was a legit critique because I get what Math is attempting to do. This might not be the thing you can do that with, and it still feel like what everybody that's into it expected to feel like. It's a reason why I started doing pre-recorded shows on one of my other channels. The reason I started doing that was because at that time the streaming was trash.
Mm-hmm.
And we would get all these audio and artifacts in there, and people would like talk over each other. Especially you had too many people on the stream. They'd be talking over each other and shit. And it just the quality of it looked. And the stream visual itself looked bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to do pre-recorded shit because it'll look better. I have more control over the quality, the sound, and everything. And that worked for that.
Right.
This might not look, I feel like there have been certain people in the battle culture that have brought the culture forward to a way that it may not have been traditionally, but it does add to the value of it. And some people have brought it back because of circumstance. This whole pandemic shit, as an example, right? This whole pandemic shit has caused them not to be able to have large crowds.
Yeah.
So the issue with having large crowds is while it's kind of fun.
Oh, it's absolutely fun.
It's like that environment. You know what I'm saying?
It's a different energy.
It's a different energy. But a lot of times the bars suffer.
The crowd is it's a co-star.
Absolutely.
In the production. When you don't have the crowd, now you have to focus completely on the battlers.
And they have to rap different.
Yes, they do.
You feel what I'm saying? Like they have to rap different because and really they rap the way this is how battle rap has always been for me.
Word. You greedy motherfucker.
Shut up.
You greedy motherfucker.
Shut up.
Whoa.
Gotta eat. But but no, I feel like now I like the cadences now because now you could see these guys can rap. You hear from the bars, right?
All these guys can rap. I hate that narrative. All of them can rap.
All of them can rap. The issue has been though, how many of them can perform up on stage,
right?
And compensate for the crowd reactions, and it does take away from it. But it's just that when you get to see them now without these crowds, you really can tell how these guys can rap. And actually, they put a lot of the dudes that do the music shit to shame because before that, like I said, it was really hard to follow along with the cadence, especially if you have an untrained ear in those live events with all those people and adjusting for crowd reaction. But because there are no crowds now, They in there spitting, and you can hear the full flow of how they wrote it when they wrote it. And now you see how much they smash a lot of these industry dudes. Smash you. Y'all not gonna have better verses than them. Your verses are not gonna be better thought out.
Nope.
They're just not. They're not. That's why when people said a lot of people had an issue outside the battle world with battlers saying they the best rappers in the world. No, nigga, they are.
No, they really
are the best rappers in the world.
They really are.
They really are the best rappers in the world. Like,
we talking about rapping, ability of rapping.
You ain't talking about songwriting.
There are other things that the industry artists do better. Absolutely, without question.
Exactly.
We talking about rapping though.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are the best rappers in the world because they can do it. They can do it and do it well in so many different situations with so many different variables, not just the 2 times that you're doing it is in the studio when you can start and stop whenever you want,
right?
Or at a show where you're not actually rapping.
Facts. And then you have the subset of the battle rappers like Hollow that can do really good music.
That was a horrible example. There is a subset of battle rappers that do really good music.
Yeah.
Hollow's just not one of them. But yeah, Shine does good music. Cal does good music. Who else?
I would like songs from Brooklyn Hands. I've heard Brooklyn Hands songs like
Surf got good music.
I like Sam's Swave 7, some of his songs. Yeah, right.
Lux does good music. Mook is good on a beat, like
occasionally.
Yeah. That's that. Notice I said it differently than I said everybody.
I know.
But yeah, there's a nice little DNA does good music. There's a subset of battle rappers that do very well on beats. But then there's some who I'd never want to hear on a beat.
Don't ever do it again
in life.
Don't ever do it again.
Nigel. Nigel.
Listen, the thing that's confusing to me though, right? When I was coming up, first of all, there wasn't these separations. He a battle rapper, and he a rapper that makes songs. That was not a thing when I was coming up. It just wasn't. Like all rappers battled. It was situational and circumstantial. Like, oh, you rap? Yeah, I rap too. Well, what's up?
Well, I mean, what's up? But that's also because battling meant something different then.
True.
Because now it's literally
attack.
Like the only battles that we had back then were, I mean, that are relevant to battling now are diss tracks.
Yo, Sam is ass. He said, "Oh, Solo got good music."
I'm not studying Sam. But yeah, back then, the only thing that we had that was like a real forefather of battling now is diss tracks.
Yeah, true.
Battling back then was just how many rhymes you got.
Yeah.
I rhyme for more millenniums than monsters got on the car lot. That whole cannabis.
And they got to be good. And they got to be good. You can't go up there just because you got a lot of bad rhymes and win a battle. That shit ain't working. But it's just funny how that shit changed, because what wound up happening is a lot of these artists wind up focusing on certain skill sets rather than others.
Mm-hmm.
I battle, so I ain't got to do music.
Right.
I do music, so I don't really got to battle.
Right.
Problem with that is some of these guys in the industry be wanting to get a check from battle rap.
Mm-hmm.
But because they focused on just the one thing, right, and not the other, they get up there and they be looking real shaky.
Yeah. See, shut up, Sam. Yeah, we off this topic now. We're absolutely off this topic now. God damn it. You said you wanted to
hold up. If Matt pull that off, he's the man.
No.
If he gets to rock the battle, he's the man.
No.
I'm just
anyway, saying. We got some news from Spotify.
Oh, yeah, we do. Hold on for a second. I'm about to pull up our stats from Spotify.
Spotify.
Oh, my bad. I always mispronounce that. I'll have to pull this up so y'all can see. So this is from, we've been doing this for 2 years now. Right? 2 years of work. This is all the stats from this year. Not all, but the key ones, right?
Yeah.
We did like 41 episodes so far this year. Our show now is being streamed in 13 countries.
Whew.
Don't know how that happened, but
how? Yeah, like where y'all coming from?
I don't know. And the followers of the show has increased 163%. So I'm giving the credit to that because you got to call a spade, right? It's me. Look.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. No, seriously, it's y'all, man. Like,
no, I mean it probably is you.
no.
No, because the whole time the if it was, so let's say it was like 4 countries, but still 163%.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, fuck you, nigga.
Uh-oh.
But since it's 13 countries, I gotta give it to you. You're international team over here, Addy.
This nigga said international.
You international team over here, like your influence spans the globe. So
yeah, but why? If that's the case, why wasn't it this last year?
They ain't realized that you was on here.
Look, what this is. Thanks, Sam. What this is a clear case to be made for consistency.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Clear case to be made for that. Now, are there things that we don't do?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like our marketing is trash right now.
And yo, the worst.
Our marketing is trash. And we had ideas early on about how we was gonna do it, but we didn't follow up on them.
Mm-mm.
And I still think some of those ideas will still work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think the goal for this year with this show is to just get better with our marketing. That's the goal.
Listen to me clearly. Mm-hmm. If ever a nigga had a weak spot, it'd be that. Yeah. You combine my selective laziness, as I like to call it, because it's disrespectful as fuck to call us lazy.
It is,
especially with all the shit I do.
Yo, it is.
But I will cop to a selective laziness. So with my selective laziness and my hatred of attention, it makes it nigh impossible.
Damn, you said nigh.
To fucking advertise correctly.
Yeah.
I just
That's why we probably need somebody to do a force.
Do they do that on Fiverr?
Nigga, stop.
Listen. I'd be more than happy to throw a dub.
Well, yeah. But I wouldn't suggest it. But what I would say is, like with marketing in general, there has to be a package. Hey, yo, Sam, stupid. So people watch the podcast to see what Tombstone's going to eat.
See?
Shut up. It's not true.
See?
Look, with marketing, it has to be a complete campaign. That's how some people get it fucked up.
Yeah.
They use these marketing tactics.
Right.
But it's not a clear campaign that's leading anywhere.
Yeah.
I kind of want us to do that. And I do have some of the same ideas we were talking about before. That's some of the same ideas we was talking about before, right? That we're going to focus on in 2021 to increase our stats. Because just doing it the way we've been doing it is grown. What's up, Fabo?
Sure. Fabo.
You know. Said stir fry is complete. You got to go help his mom.
Oh, good shit. Nigga, I don't listen. As far as What I'm really, really good at, like probably my best skill is that's natural. That's not a skill. Probably my best skill is being able to tell you what won't work. Simply because partially because of experience, but partially because of how observant I am.
Well, yeah.
So I can help you on that front. But as far as what exactly specifically the particulars of the advertisements have to be and all that other shit, Bo don't know diddly.
Like I said, I know some of it. There are people, of course, that know way more than I do. However, just from
can we kidnap them?
We actually have them already in the camp.
No, I mean more because
yeah, it's true.
It's a lot to put on.
I won't go into detail here for the show.
Right.
I'll do that to the show. But there are certain internet campaigns that we can absolutely do that's in our wheelhouse, actually. You know?
I have a nice camera.
See, I'm just saying. You know? Yeah. Just saying. There are certain things that are absolutely in our wheelhouse.
Now, hold up. This goes to the conversation we were having before the fucking show. Fab, we're talking about advertising just the shit that we do. Now, Fab probably didn't fucking see this, even though he's literally one of my best friends in the world, aka my brother. And I posted this on I probably the list of people that I talk to and communicate with on Facebook goes probably like this in a loose order.
Right.
Tim, Adequate, Facebook proper, not Messenger.
Right.
Tim, Adequate, Kristen, Keith, Feb, Mommy. Just Chris.
Right.
That's probably like if I had to pick the people that I interact with the most on Facebook proper, it's them. I bet you, Mommy has seen it, Kristen has seen it.
Right.
But outside of that, I bet you none of the motherfuckers I had to tell you about it have seen the Spotify post.
Facts. I think Facebook be shadow banning, man.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. Again, it's not as if, like I said, you don't have people that fuck with you in real life.
Right.
So it stands to reason they would fuck with you on Facebook as well, and yet they're not seeing the things that you post. Now, like I said, I do get the content.
I'm gonna just start a new profile.
Like, look, I get the content part, right? I get that because people are wishy-washy when it comes to content from people they know.
Facts.
They wishy-washy.
Even though my YouTube video has been doing a little nice. I ain't gonna.
Well,
contemplation is over 300.
Oh yeah, it's a reason for that. Yeah. There was definitely
but Addy, did you see it on my personal page? Did you see it on Multi-World page? Or did you see it on Black Culture Geeks page? Because you got 3 ways you can see it. But I'm surprised at the amount. It don't match. And that's what I'm saying. It don't match. So like I'll post a video link on my Facebook page. And I'll get views, but the post on Facebook
doesn't get
nothing.
Yo, that's what happens with Keith.
See, that's what I'm talking about,
Eddie. With Keith.
You saw it on the ME page. I'm talking about my personal page. Niggas don't be seeing my personal posts. Anything that I post, if people see it, they only see it if I tag them or if they see it days later.
Yo, I got a question for you.
What up?
What if niggas actually hate you? No, I know.
Listen, hold up.
That
would be refreshing.
Hey, yo, Andy's ass.
See, that's my point. And
Andy's
you make
ass.
personal posts. That's my point. That's my exact point. So, I would welcome the answer of no, not ads, Greg. not even ads. Yeah. I'm talking about just normal shit.
Like that classic example, right? Classic example. Sometimes I'll post a thought, something that's in my head about something that I just saw or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what that is, I might get between 30 to 70 interactions
Right.
on there. Everything from conversations back and forth with people about what I just said to just people liking it or whatever.
Right.
You feel me? So basically, hey yo, Mike is here, and he's see right now, right? Let me tell you what Angergram is about. So apparently, we are like the part of the 7 deadly sins of social media. Or somebody posted our stream. I'm Trollagram, and apparently Mike is Angergram. But yeah, man, like hey yo,
oh god,
why you spear that man in the back of the house?
Nah, nigga, yo,
he was going for the pin.
Nah, nigga, we used to wrestle.
I take that personally because that's happened to me.
That's funny.
That's happened to me. I'm about to go for the belt. Yo, and somebody on some bullshit.
We used to wrestle every day after school on the bus stop. Matter of fact, I have a lifelong scar that people can't see in the video because I'm not close enough. Just above my lip, that's like kind of shaped as like the what the hell did they call it? I can't remember the Nike symbol, whatever they call it.
Oh, the swoosh.
Swoosh, yeah. That's slightly shaped like the swoosh because I was wrestling this one dude, and he had this watch on, and the watch had a loose thing, and I went for the takedown, and he put his arms down naturally,
right,
and the watch scraped the shit out.
Ooh.
Right, oh my, white meat immediately.
Ooh.
So yeah, I have a scar to this day.
Yo, why are we the same person? Yo, wrestling meant so much. And my friends, yo. Like literally, we would greet each other with a Ric Flair chop.
Facts.
Crazy.
That's facts.
Intellect versus Eagle says those watch calculators dangerous.
Yo, listen,
it's true. It's true.
It was
tear
like
your ass up.
It was like a hot knife through butter. Like to the point where it didn't really hurt.
Right, because it came too fast.
Yeah, I didn't feel it until the air hit that shit.
I just got one thing to say. Did y'all continue fighting?
Oh yeah, because like I said, I didn't really.
Yeah,
I didn't. We ain't know no better.
Dude,
and in real life, they wasn't doing shit like that. In real life, they wasn't stopping fights and for blood and
no, yo.
So we ain't know
that's
no
what we was. Yo, I've been hurt, like hurt. The wind knocked out me, everything. Niggas keep going, just keep going. It's part of the match.
Yo, I'll never forget. And this made me calm down a lot. We was playing football one day on the island between the streets. Fab was there. I'm pretty sure Sam was there. I can't remember the nigga name who I did this to.
Right.
But somebody, I think they threw the ball to him and he went to catch it. And out of bounds was the street. I was not paying attention. I did not realize that there was a car coming.
Oh, you hate to see it.
I pushed him to try to break up the pass. He went into the street.
Yo, did you kill this man?
No, clearly I didn't.
Is he dead now?
No, clearly he's not dead. Clearly he's not dead. But I pushed him into the street, and then all we heard was beep,
oh, damn it.
And I pulled him back onto the to the joint. From that day, I just slowed down a little bit.
You know what that remind me of?
But somebody did get hit by a car though.
Oh damn.
Actually, probably a couple people got hit by cars. It just happened. We were young and dumb.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
He got tapped. He got a little love tap from the car. That did happen. Okay. But like I said, he was okay.
It reminded me of that time me, my brother Lance, and my brother Marlon was walking up Route 40. So And it was my homeboy Felix. He was with us too.
Mm.
So we walking up there, and it's like roughly 4 miles from where we lived to where we were at the time, roughly, right? So we're crossing the street, and at that time there was a Montgomery Wards up there where I think is that Walmart now? That might be Walmart, but it was a Montgomery Wards there at the time, right?
Yeah.
We walking across the street, and we get across. Me, Lawrence, Marlon, we get across. But Felix taking his goddamn time. So off in the distance, there's a white guy on a motorcycle coming up that he's haul-assing. Felix thinking he a tough guy. The motherfucker know he better not hit me.
I hate those people. I hate those people.
Yo, you better hit me.
Especially because I was never those people.
Right.
I was always get out the street.
Yeah,
get out the street. Get out the street.
No, nigga, get the fuck out the street.
Facts.
Like, so he did not hit Felix, but he came really close. And as he rolled by, we heard him say, and it was mixed in with the sound of the motorcycle, out of the way, nigga. Listen. Listen. It was too funny for us to be mad. Oh no, we'd have been mad.
Yeah.
It was
too that's hilarious. Mainly because there's shit you can do about it.
No, he was gone. He was
literally nothing you could do.
Yeah, he was on some Ghost Rider shit. He was out.
Yeah, legitimately nothing you can do about it. You had nothing left to do but laugh.
Yo, me, Marlon, and Lance laid on the sidewalk and cried and cried and cried. Yo, you know how people are always telling me they hate me? That was the look at Felix's face.
I bet.
Like, yo, but he did it to himself. Like, yo, just get out the street. Get the fuck out the street. Why are you taking your time?
There's no reason to take your time. There's nothing in the street for you. That's a double.
There's something in the street for you.
That's a double. It ain't shit out in the streets. Right. It ain't shit out in these streets for you, my guy.
Look.
You got no reason to linger. Don't linger.
Yo, you don't weigh as much or hit as hard as anything in that street.
Anything on that street. Anything on that street. Yo, anything that is utilized in that street the way it's meant to be utilized.
Facts.
Don't match up, my guy.
Yo, it was just the funny. And to this day, we get on him about that shit. To this day, when we talk to him, out of the way, nigga. Now, sure, had dude stopped, we'd have beat that ass.
Facts.
But I probably still would have been laughing while he was beating that ass.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Look, man.
Absolutely. I mean, he would have deserved. He deserves both the laughter and the ass whipping. He deserves both. Well played, sir.
Ooh,
very well played.
Yo, Payless got caught up quite a few times on the road to Catonsville, yo. This nigga, so previously in that day, he called himself trying to holler at this chick. Now, any other time when he talking to us and all that, his voice is gruff on some. And then he started talking to this chick, and we can hear him from it. There's something
some LL
like
Smooth J.
More like Michael Jackson over there with that.
Oh
chick.
God!
So when he was done, I don't even know if he got the number. I can't remember if he even got the number. When it was done, he came walking up, yo, and niggas had nothing but jokes for his ass.
Oh,
like any other time, you sounding like you gargle concrete in the morning and shit, right? But this time, yo, what's that shit that Marlon did? Marlon did he did a spoof of Michael Jackson. What was that song? Rock With You. The beginning intro of Rock With You, where you hear Mike talking, you hear the music. Yo, he did that exact same thing, but he did it in the way he pictured Felix talking to that girl. He's like, I just wanted to know. Dude,
oh my God.
Yo, I was dead. I was absolutely dead. I was dead on arrival, yo.
That is hilarious.
Well, shout out to Felix, man. Felix took a lot of L's for my entertainment back then.
Oh man, that's a terrible statement, but I mean that's how it be sometimes, man. That's how it be. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit that as adults,
yeah.
you look back on and you're like, this wasn't the smartest decision I ever made.
Nah, and you can only hope that no one was around,
nigga,
when the shit happened, because it'll be remembered forever.
Oh,
you remember forever,
forever. And just for the record, Young Thug, that is a lyric from a prominent hip hop artist. Where
he know that from. Shit.
No, he don't know.
He know that shit.
No, he say he don't know.
Cap. Cap. I think it was capping, yo.
Oh man. Shit. Let's get into this. So if you're watching the stream, you see that the black and white is back, and I explained to you why the black and white was gone. Black and white was gone because we weren't dealing with O'Shea anymore. He had shut the fuck up finally, and he was chilling. But clearly, the black and white is back. O'Shea's back. Yeah. So before you go in, I'm just going to read my. I took notes. I'm just going to read my notes. Read my notes. Number one, he finally changed his clothes. He finally looks like it's a different day. No, because all the interviews he did, it looked like it was the same day, and it couldn't have possibly been the same day.
But he still got the his beard has the swag of a homeless man.
I mean that's fun. Listen, he's earned the right to do whatever he wants to do with his beard. No. He had earned the right until he came out with that bullshit. Fair. I'll give you that. So yeah, he finally changed his clothes. That was a huge improvement. I appreciate that. Number two, because all of these aren't jokes. I wish they were. Number two, sometimes, sure, right and wrong are objective.
Yeah, facts.
Sometimes, it's a moral compass thing, and that's at the end of the day, as much as we may want it to be one way, it's still subjective.
Right.
But sometimes it's objective.
Yeah.
Certain things are just true.
Yeah.
And certain things are just false. We'll get into the particulars of that when Toom goes in.
Yeah.
I'm just giving y'all my cliff notes. He doesn't understand, and I'm picking on him because fuck him. He's lost all benefit of the doubt from me.
Yeah, that's done.
I'm 99% sure this was just an honest mistake, but I don't give a fuck. He doesn't understand the difference between pushback and fallback.
Thanks.
He said he pushed back. No, you fell back, motherfucker. That's not. And the worst part about it, the worst part about it is the correct statement is not even something that makes you look weak.
No, not at all.
You fell back. It's what happened. But anyway, a quote from him. I've been working behind the scenes. My response: cap. Okay. Quote from him. A lot of people don't care about the truth. My response, including yourself,
especially yourself.
And my last note is really a question. Did he throw a yay at the end, or did he say gang gang? At the very end, there was something. I don't recall. Let me see if I can play this real quick. I'm gonna play this real quick, and let's see what y'all think, because I feel like I'm unsure. I don't really know which one it was. I feel like I could have heard either one.
They're both as nonsensical.
Well, yeah, neither one of them really made sense for what he was talking about.
Yeah, so
but I mean, he's an old man. He's an old. Oh man! Oh, here we go.
lot of people been wanting.
The nigga always sound like he on drugs.
Keep doing what I'm
I
doing.
mean,
Behind the scenes,
he
in front
probably
of the scenes. If you don't see me doing nothing, you'll hear about it. And that's it. That's how it was. That's how it is. That's how it shall be. Yeah.
Was that yay?
That's a good question.
Or was that gang? Like, let me play it back one more time.
I'm doing behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. If you don't see me doing nothing, you'll hear about it. And that's it. That's how it was. That's how it is. That's how it shall be. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Was that yay?
I still can't. I'm gonna have to put that through voice recognition software. You know, I'm gonna put that through there. You did?
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I legitimately don't know which. It feels like it has to be one of the two.
It might have been both. He might have said, "Yeah, gang," or "Gang, yay." Maybe he was shouting out Kanye.
Yo, my God. Yo, I don't know, but
Fab says it's yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, technically that would make sense because that.
That's him.
Of his,
yeah. It just sounded a little off. I don't know. Whatever. But Tim, Fab said.
KK.
Everybody's confused.
Hilarious.
Yo, Tim, the floor is yours, sir.
Okay, so as many of you recall that were there for that episode, and those of you that listen to it on Spotify already, we already dug into Ice Cube's ridiculousness at this point, right? What I kind of want to focus on is the people that's still parroting his bullshit. So I ran across a comment this week where the person that posted their original sentiment, absolutely on point. I had no problems with that. And it was about Ice Cube and his foolishness and the whole Trump thing and just all of that. So the person left a comment saying something to the effect of, can we stop pretending that what Ice Cube was doing was wrong? As a community, we should speak to both parties that are in power and blah, blah, blah. And you know what I thought when I read that shit? I said, here we go again with another person.
Wait. You know what I thought when I heard that shit?
What's that?
Nature abhors a vacuum.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yo,
but continue.
It absolutely does abhor one. So it's funny because this once again, a clear example of someone who doesn't get the point, right? When it goes straight over the head. And I find that a lot of the people that defend him and what he was doing, they tend to miss the fucking point, right? So for clarity's sake, the whole issue was Cube came out with some contract with Black America thing that he half-baked, that he based off of some Newt Gingrich shit from the 90s. Newt Gingrich, by the way, who's never been a friend to Black people. But okay, all right. He came out and he did that. But a lot of the things that was
his name is fucking Newt.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Let's stop there.
I mean, to be fair, in that Aliens movie, the little girl name was Newt. She was all right. So.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying? But she was all right. But no, like all the things that was on this list had already been worked on through grassroots means, that so much so that it made its way to Congress already in the hands of the Congressional Black Caucus. So much so that it was already voted on in the House. It was already voted on in the House. And the only thing that was holding up on it, because once it's voted on in the House and passed, it's supposed to go to the Senate and they're supposed to do a vote. You know, Now I forgive somebody for not knowing how the process works.
Sure.
There's a lot of Americans don't know how their process works. But the issue with all of that is if you don't know how the process works, and if you've been, as he admitted himself to be, checked out with his head up Hollywood's ass, that means there's a lot of information that you didn't get. So for you to come out arrogantly and state one, nobody was working on this or talking about this is absurd. And it shows, to me, a lack of seriousness. Because a serious-minded person would have been like, God damn it, I have been away from this political stuff for a long time. What's happening out here? Let me check the temperature. Because I think certain things need to be done, and I don't know if it's being done. And then you check to see if the stuff has been done and see what you can do to help facilitate that. And with a platform like his, yo, he could have made some serious inroads to getting certain things happening because there's a reason why it was being held up in the Senate. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. So once he was informed of this, shown this, it's literally like somebody had a tennis ball with all of the information on it, and his face was a brick wall. And they threw it at the brick wall, and it just bounced off and ricocheted someplace else. It did not change one iota his talking points or his narrative. So let's swing to the people that's supporting that. That's supporting him like almost a knee-jerk reaction to support Ice Cube with the shit he was. You really don't know what's happening either.
No.
You really don't know what's happening. With Ice Cube and the whole Hollywood thing, I can almost see him being focused on that, not nothing else. But you? You're a regular, degular citizen. And most of these policies is going to affect you. So for you not to know and to continue not to know, even after this shit was months ago since that conversation, right? You still don't know? Now what? Now I get it. It's real easy because that's a real easy platitude when you don't apply nuance to it.
Yeah.
To say, oh, if you come from a minority demographic in this country, of course you should be speaking to both political parties because you never know which one of them is in power, right? Of course. Who would disagree with that in a vacuum?
Right.
Who would disagree with that? The problem is there's nuance to this shit because the very party that you're also suggesting we talk to is the party that's holding up the bills.
Yep.
It's sitting right now in the Senate, and Mitch McConnell, a member of the party you're talking about we should consider supporting, is holding off on it and not putting it on the floor for a vote. So you look dumb when you start talking to people about we ought to treat these two motherfuckers as equal parties in this, when the one party that you look like you're trying to undermine right now actually got the shit in Congress, actually got a vote on it. And the one party that you stroking your chin about is the ones holding the shit up. That's why you sound dumb supporting Ice Cube. That's why you sound dumb, because it sounds like you checked out too. It sounds like you went to work every day at McDonald's, you did your thing, and all you were concerned about was the weekend, having them off, maybe taking care of the thing. You wasn't concerned with any of the political stuff, but you heard that sentiment in a vacuum and think that that's all it is to that. You're the reason why we lose. And so is he.
Well, yeah.
But the difference is his tax bracket and your tax bracket completely different. And we've already seen how just because they look like you, just because they may have come from the same environment you came from at some point in time, when these motherfuckers get this money,
all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Their agenda isn't your agenda, and we need to be careful who we get to speak for us.
Facts.
Yeah, I know. I don't care how much you like Fridays. I don't give a fuck.
Fridays is shit.
Man, I still use quotes from Fridays.
Facts. Well, nigga, it's one. That's funny. I didn't even realize Bye, Letitia, because I didn't even realize. Yeah, I didn't realize.
See, like so. I don't
It's
care
in
how
the
much,
lexicon.
It's right. It's in pop culture at this point. So it's like, I don't care how much you like this content. He don't represent you when he don't represent you.
Thanks.
It's that simple. As far as O'Shea is concerned, he shit the bed, but him shitting the bed probably not going to affect him a whole lot at this point.
I wouldn't imagine so.
He's got a big enough bed; he can just scoot over a little bit.
Facts.
He can scoot over a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But those of us that are rank and file, you need to be careful which ones of these motherfuckers that's in a higher tax bracket goes out there to claim that they speaking for you. Because he didn't even have the respect enough for the subject to see if anybody else had been working on that shit first. And when he was told they was and shown they was, he didn't change his position.
He never got back in touch with her.
He never got back in touch with the woman that he said he was going to work with because he's not interested in that.
When Kamala Harris wanted to get him on the line, he didn't want to do it because it wasn't just him on the line.
It's absurd. It's absurd. And that's why, like I said, we need to be careful because there's guys like Ice Cube and then there's Sidney Poitier. People that was actually in the struggle they was doing content, but they was also for the people. Harry Belafonte doing content, it's also for the people.
John Boyega. Here's the thing.
Right.
Here's my issue. I still think he has good intentions. It's just, and that's the sad part about this.
I don't.
It is revealing more to me how fucking dumb he is.
I'm with you there. I don't think everything he did was for poor intentions. I think a lot of it has to do with being single-minded and myopic and stubborn and used to being in a position where everybody is hailing your ideas as the greatest thing since sliced cheese.
Sliced cheese is amazing, my guy. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, there are not many things better
than sliced cheese.
Yeah.
And if you ever had welfare cheese in your life, you know we not lying. You know we not lying. No, we not.
It's so funny how many things are a parabola. Like welfare cheese and then like the really high brow cheese. Both of them, they're uncut.
Yep.
You got to deal with the cutting with the shredding.
Yeah, but see, the highbrow cheese is highbrow for a reason.
Yes, absolutely.
The other cheese, I wouldn't even welfare cheese. I wouldn't even call that lowbrow. I call that unibrow. Like that shit.
Yo, you are dumb. You were so dumb.
That shit is trash.
So incredibly dumb.
So Sam says there's a new video going around of Dave Chappelle being harassed by Karen and Chad.
Yeah,
now, I haven't seen that yet.
I have. There's nuance. There's nuance to it.
Okay.
I don't remember all the details, but there's nuance to it. There was they were out somewhere and these people started filming Dave and his people.
Oh.
And Dave
he had his kids with him?
I don't know if he had his kids with him. I don't know if he had his kids with him. Dave had an issue with that. And came over and started like, look, I don't want y'all doing like no, y'all can't just pick up and record me whenever the hell y'all want to. Like that's not what this is. So basically, now Chad, his actual name is Chad, is doing interviews. I mean, his real name is Chad. He's walking around doing interviews talking about Dave Chappelle's a hypocrite because he requires people to wear masks at his shows, but he didn't have a mask on when he confronted them.
So basically he's talking about a whole bunch of shit that had nothing to do with what he did. Got you. Wow, that's sure unpredictable. Wow.
So
caught me off guard.
I was going to put it in the docket, but I was like, I'm not fucking with this shit. Like
I'm gonna need people to, first of all, just as a short explanation for why Dave has a problem with that. You see, Dave gets paid for his image, be it video and anything else. So if you are a fan, you should ask permission.
Yo, one of the most prescient things that Jaded Nerd has said recently
Mm-hmm.
about Kevin Hart is he's trying so hard to be Dave Chappelle.
Good luck.
And I was like, when he first said it, I was like, maybe kinda. I get where you're getting that from.
Mm.
But now that I see this video and Dave's reaction, and then listen and then think back to Kevin's stand-up special, yeah, I see it. I see it more. Because this isn't off-brand for Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Like this is what this is the energy that given the information I have, this is the exact energy that I expected from Dave. Like, no, nigga, why are you recording me? Like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, cut that shit out. Like, it's weird.
And he just did an 18-minute little clip of him talking about people taking his shit and getting money off of it, getting engagement and all that other shit off and credibility off of it, and he not getting and they took it from him. They took it from him, like you trying to do.
Right. So
that shit was gonna be all on YouTube, all on Instagram, all on Facebook, all this engagement.
And it's like, I don't know, I'm not an expert with mental health at all, but you don't think that's a little bit of a trigger for somebody that had that happen to them?
It is.
At the meek, humble beginnings of their career and at the height of their career?
I would imagine so. I would imagine so.
Why would you think that this made sense to do? Like,
because, yo, I'm going to tell you, because motherfuckers are so entitled. See,
I ain't going to hold you. I would take a picture.
Yeah.
But I'm not recording.
Also, you're a photographer.
Well,
so, you know, part of being a photographer.
No, nigga, barring me being a photographer.
No, listen. Part of being a photographer is being a little creepy. I know y'all don't know this.
That's facts. Oh my God. It is the worst. That is a fact. Shafril and I had this conversation the time before last that we was out shooting. That is it is the absolute worst. It is absolutely, you have to be, especially because of all these fake rules and all this shit surrounding the thing. But let me recant slightly, because I say I would have taken a picture, but there have been several times when I was around celebrities and I approached them and asked.
Yeah. That's crazy that you say that, though, because I've been around celebrities several times and I don't even think to get a picture. Sometimes, like, I just want to shake the man's head. Yo, I like what you do.
Facts.
Like, I don't, you know.
But, yeah, man,
It is what it is.
Fucking
like,
people, man.
People are annoying, yo. They're fucking annoying. My favorite show is I don't think they no longer do any new episodes to it, but it was a History Channel show called Life After People, because people were just trash. Like, what would it be like?
You are dumb. You are the worst.
But anyway, yeah, I got to say this again with all sincerity. Fuck O'Shea.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Fuck O'Shea. I'm not upset at that sentiment, sir.
And fuck all of you that didn't take the time out yourselves to actually find out why people have a problem with him.
Yo, if you don't know, get familiar. It's not hard.
That's all.
It's not difficult to do. We live in the information age.
Like that's just annoying to me. You know, it's just one of the main things that grinds my gears, because in the information age, ignorance is a choice.
It's absolutely a choice, and it's at an all-time high. And that's only because the exposure of it, but still.
Yeah.
It's like still. It's just,
I don't like saying it. You hate to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So from one disgraced NWA member to another.
Indeed.
Dr. Dre. Andre, the fuck is his last name? Young.
Yeah.
Andre Young. If you're a longtime listener, you've heard us do our appreciation episode on Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
And in that appreciation episode, I'm fairly certain, because my memory is shit, but I do vaguely remember we brought up the whole D Barnes thing.
Yes, we did.
And because your heroes have no power here. Our heroes have no
power here, right?
Nobody's heroes have power
here. No.
So yeah, we brought that up because it was fucking relevant to his legacy because it happened. It's a thing that happened. It's a smear that will forever last on his legacy.
Right.
And there's been all this stuff recently with him and his wife getting divorced, and I purposely left a lot of that, all of it actually, I think, out of the show because there's so much that we don't know that we can't actually prove.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Yeah. But now we have a fresh layer of shit to talk about. Dr. Dre's estranged daughter says she had to take a job at FedEx to pay her bills because the music mogul has been in contact with her, not been in contact with her for 17 years. Now let me break this sentence down a little bit.
Okay.
37-year-old, 17 years. So since she was 20.
Mm-hmm.
Let me steel man Dre's position first.
Go
on. That means that you was grown when this started. You were damn near legal age to drink when this started. So, quote unquote, had to take a job at FedEx. Sounds like this publication throwing this in there to try to give her more sympathy than she even needs, because all the sympathy is there. You don't need to. You don't need to throw in the fact that an adult had to get a job.
Facts.
And we don't need that. We don't need that. It's already a bad enough story.
That's what we do here.
Yeah. it's already a bad enough story. Like,
right.
We don't need. So that's literally the only still manning I'll be doing of Dr. Dre in this story. Now, hasn't been in contact with her for 17 years. 17 years, my nigga?
Yo, I'm gonna say something about that, but I'm gonna wait for you to finish the article.
The thing that parents say that we joke about getting on our nerves, that's always gonna be my baby.
Yeah.
We joke about that shit getting on our nerves, but in real life,
it doesn't really get on our nerves.
No, you love that. You love to see it. Like that's showing like possession. Like, you are my baby forever. You will be. No matter how old you get, I'm still going to be the parent. All that. That's endearing, regardless of how you may take it. You know, when you're younger, it's annoying.
Well, it's annoying because of how it's applied. Like, I'm trying to do this.
Right.
You in my business.
Right.
Look, I'm always gonna be in your business because you my baby.
Yeah. When you're younger, it's annoying, sure. But once you get a little bit older and that matches with them realizing you're an adult, the annoyance is gone because it's not a situation where they're trying to control your life.
Right.
And when I say control your life, that's not necessarily a negative thing. There are times that we need to be controlled. Even as adults, there are times that we need to be curtailed. And this is why the people that love you...
It's literally my issue. It's literally my issue. Like,
you need to be reined in, my guy. But that's the point that I was about to make. Even as adults, like, that's why your people in your life should be able to check you. That's the entire point of that whole thing. That's why yes men don't work out well for a lot of people.
Right.
It's possible for you to be well adjusted and
you have to have so much money for that to work. Like, you can't
you just have to be some type of really well, like, you put things in perspective.
But you don't need like, you're really good for doing that for yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Because outside of that, it's going to fail. But anyway, I go back to the article. Daily Mail spoke to Dre's 37-year-old daughter, LaTanya Young, about the relationship with her father. The music producer broke up with LaTanya's mother, Lisa Johnson, when she was only 5. So let me stop right there. I'm glad that it was not a situation where that was when the relationship stopped. Because that absolutely, I'm fairly certain that's kind of what happened to me. I don't really know the details because I never asked, but if I had to guess. But anyway, Latanya, who wants to spend time with her dad, says Dre hasn't been in touch for almost 2 decades.
It was 3.
See? She said, money is not what I want. I feel better doing it on my own. And that's one of the other reasons why I feel like this the people that wrote the article threw that in there for sympathy.
I'm actually I don't know if she said that or not. But they're quoting her as saying that I would take issue with her for that. Don't feel shame. That's your fucking father.
Oh no, listen. I've had conversations, I've had arguments with one of my relatively close friends about similar thoughts about her children. I'm like, no, you put them here.
Say it.
You put them here. So like anything that you can do to better their lives, that's what you should be doing, because they didn't ask to come here. You did that.
And just imagine all the parents out there that don't have anywhere near the amount of means that he does. So they gotta bust their ass every day just for their kids not to have as much as a kid that's born in a rich family, and your ass got all that money.
Yeah. One of my Facebook friends, I got into him about this a couple times because I'm assuming he never confirmed this, but I'm assuming that he's had issues with the system as far as child support is concerned. And all that.
So have I. Big deal.
So he's tainted. So he often makes posts. I don't want to make it seem like he does it all the time.
Right.
But he makes posts from time to time about child support when like people that are famous are dealing with child support. So like this particular post was about Future. And talking about the issues with child support. And my thing was, sure, there are issues with child support.
Yep.
Absolutely. But to say that the child support owed shouldn't be that high because, quote unquote, it doesn't take that much, it doesn't cost that much to raise a child. Here's the thing. That is true in a vacuum.
Yeah.
But you're rich.
Facts.
You decided to have a child.
Facts.
So that child should be afforded the lifestyle of a rich family.
Agreed.
Because that's what they are. They are born into a rich family.
Right.
And they deserve that.
When you don't do that, I look at you crazy because
absolutely.
I grew up my family was broke.
You
feel me? So I see shit like this, especially being a father. That shit bothers me, yo. Like, that shit bothers me.
Facts. So yeah, let's even if she didn't say that she didn't want money, I don't care.
Yeah.
If she would have been like, man, I shouldn't be struggling out here, I'd have been like, yep, sis. You're right. You shouldn't have been. Absolutely, you shouldn't have been. I digress. She says Dre hasn't offered her financial support. She told the outlet she has resorted to odd jobs and applying to become a FedEx driver. Dre's daughter said, I really just want to have closure. I just want to be able to spend time with my father. She says her father has never met her children. She told Daily Mail after Dre's divorce, she felt her father would come around. She said, I thought that after Nicole was out of the family, things would be better. I thought my dad would come around. I would like him to make me feel like a daughter. And he's yet to comment on the interview.
That's very telling. It's very telling because, sure, it sounds like to me when he got with the new woman, it was some static.
Yeah, that's what
maybe he didn't do it right.
The other article that I had that didn't work. That's what that said. That said that she said something about when the mother, when the recent wife,
yeah,
when the recent wife came around, that's when issues started.
Look, I don't get y'all. So yes, child support has issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without question.
It's a part of the system. Everything in the system is prone to issues.
And here's the other thing about that. Everything that's in the system, for the most part, slaps the shit out of people like us the most.
Yeah.
So that's going to do that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's some things that are, to me, transcend the system. One of them is being a parent. Now, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I have personal issues about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm admitting that my perspective on that is skewed, right? But I did the child support thing, just like I did the custody thing. And no matter how hard it was, how frustrating or whatever, it was something I had to do because your child is worth it. And I don't relate to guys. Period. And I don't relate to guys who can walk this earth knowing they got kids out there and they ain't seen them and they ain't talked to them. I can't relate to y'all. I don't care what her mother did. How can you walk around knowing you got a kid walking around out here going through shit and they don't have your support, not even just from a monetary standpoint, but the support of you, your experience in life, somebody that they can go to feel safe around.
Yo, once just made exponentially worse by the fact that you are rich.
You are.
I'm not even talking about future rich.
No,
I'm talking about like future. This is a problem of his own making. However, he has like 13 kids.
Right.
And he's not billionaire status.
Right. He's wealthy.
Dre
is
Dre.
I don't even think it's fair to say Dre is rich. I think he transcends rich.
Right. You have less children and a lot more money.
Right.
Come on, my guy.
It's absurd.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
You know, it's like we've always said, like on this show, one of the catchphrases of the show is, your heroes have no power here. All heroes don't have power here. This is one of these cases. Like I was a fan of Dre's music, not Dre the man.
Right.
Because ever since that D Bond shit that happened years ago, I looked at him different.
Yeah.
It's one thing, and that still would have been bad, but it's one thing if it was, angry, he lost his head for a minute and lashed out. He chased that woman down.
Yeah, it's a little different.
To the woman's bathroom and had his bodyguards guard the door while he beat that ass.
Right.
So his name been shit in my mouth for a lot of years as far as Dre the man.
Right.
And this just adds to it. Like, I don't get it.
Nah. And I don't want to hear that dumbass response of, well, the mothers keep. She was 20. Yeah. She was 20 when this happened.
Yeah. Y'all can miss me with that shit.
There is nothing the mother could have done at 20 to stop them from talking for 17 years.
Right.
That girl is almost 40.
Yeah. That was a choice he made.
Right.
He made a choice.
Now, to be fair, I don't think this is an actual excuse, but there could be something we don't know. There could be something that LaTanya did. Yeah, there could be something that LaTanya did that made him be like, all right, I'm off of you.
Yo,
now
that
again,
crossed my mind.
Now again, that don't necessarily make it right.
Nope. But at least there'd be a reason there that we
right
to. Like, because for the record, whatever your kid did, short of murdering like somebody else in the family for no reason,
short on like literally besmirching you and spitting on your name and
or molesting another person, that's your kid. I don't give a fuck what argument we had.
Right.
You could have cussed me out. You could have did all that other shit. I'm gonna be mad at you for a little while, but ain't gonna be no 20 goddamn years.
Not 20 years.
Fuck out of here.
Not when I'm a see. Clearly, absolutely, the case is that money does not buy happiness. But you know what it does buy?
What does it buy?
The ability to get happiness in spite of all of the other things that normal people without money have to deal with.
Case in point, when you have money, you can literally go online, hit up Amazon and buy happiness. They literally sell happiness on Amazon.
They literally sell happiness.
It's right there on Amazon.
Absolutely. If your happiness happens to be in island retreats, when you have money, you can go hit Expedia. Matter of fact, you ain't even hitting Expedia.
No.
You can get to your private jet.
Because you got money.
And
money is a cheat code.
Yeah.
Money is
sure you still have your mental health to deal with, but you know what money can buy?
Help.
The world's best therapist. So yeah, the whole money doesn't buy happiness is one of those dumbass sayings that we just got used to saying.
Usually said by broke people.
Facts. It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
But yeah, technically it's true, but that's not a good response to anybody who says, well, certain issues you shouldn't affect you the same because you have money.
Right.
That's just factual. Certain issues should not affect you the same.
Right.
It's you should not have this scenario. For instance, the mother was let's say this did happen when she was 5, when her mother and Dre broke up.
Mm-hmm.
You could have got custody of that girl. Why? Because you got money.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Court fees and all that shit mean nothing. Paying for a good lawyer to represent you mean nothing when you have money. When you don't,
you could have drowned her out,
nigga. Talk to somebody that been through it.
Right.
They had to go back and forth, 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 back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
If I did it, $1 billion Dre could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just
now, sure, he wasn't worth $1 billion back then, but still, he was still rich.
Yeah, he
was rich back then.
Back then, he still had more money than I ever had.
Right.
So,
come on now, that's not.
It's one of my saying beefs when I see people try to defend Bill Cosby with one of his daughter that was getting high. Because I told him, I was like, especially if you're one of the type, at least Dre is trash. Even in his content, he talks shit, right?
Right.
Cosby went out there. He's America's dad. Fuck out of here.
Right.
I'm America's dad.
Thanks.
He ain't America's dad because his little girl was going through some shit. Had an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
He got all the money in the world
to
get her help, to fix anything she broke. All of that.
And he respectability politics his way out of that situation.
He respectability politics. And then he did that simultaneously while telling black people to be better parents. I'm going to need you to take several seats in that cell you in right now. Like, fuck out of here.
I wonder how long. Never mind.
They gave him life.
Well, but here's the thing. There are several sentences that would equal a life sentence to him.
Right. Like I said, they gave him life.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He's an old ass man. That shit ain't going. How you think that's gonna work out?
No, you're right. No, listen. I'm fairly. I think I said it when he finally when we talked about him finally getting convicted. He's gonna die in prison. It's the likelihood of him not dying in prison is very low.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I'd honestly be surprised.
Just on top of it, like the stress that type of situation was you in. Of course, his prison life is going to be different than other people's prison because he's rich.
But I wonder though, like he's definitely going to be protected.
Yeah,
I don't think somebody could go over there and sock the shit out of him. That's not happening.
Right.
But I don't know if he's getting the country club treatment that political people that go.
Well, it wasn't a white collar. It wasn't a white collar
right
crime.
You know
so yeah, that part's true.
He might be. They might got him in Punk City.
But I imagine. But I imagine like like that cell that Kingpin was in the Daredevil series.
Yeah, I could see
I
that.
imagine that type
I could see
scenario when I think of a Bill Cosby.
I could see that. I could see it.
Like that's what I imagine. So like he's living
More
in
like Superman and Injustice. So they had him.
Word.
They had him.
Word.
Loki in the first Avengers.
Right. That type thing. So it's still stress. Like stress is relative. Clearly.
Yeah.
Because if he was in Gym Pop, he'd be dead already.
I'm pretty sure he's not in Gym Pop.
No, he's not in Gym Pop. There's no way.
They got him in Punk City. We know.
Word.
They did.
Word. So let's
continue for a second. I gotta do one thing.
God damn it, Tim. I'm sick and tired of these many interruptions from this old man. I don't know what this one is, but I'm upset about it because now he interrupted me when I was making a transition to the next story. So I literally had nothing prepared to talk about. Literally nothing. Like he could have waited until we transitioned into the next story and then let me start reading the article because he's read the article already. Because despite what it may seem like sometimes, and a lot of that we do on purpose, just a little peek behind the curtain. Despite what it may seem like sometimes, we prepare well for these shows. So we read all the articles ahead of time. We watch all the videos ahead of time and all that other good stuff. So he could have let me get to the point where I was going to read the article before he just got up and disappeared. But no, instead, he leaves me literally, he knows when I'm about to transition. We've been doing this for 2 years. We've been doing this show for 2 years plus. November made 2 years. I can't remember the exact date, but 2 years plus. So he knows this, but he's going to just get up and leave when I'm in the middle of a transition. Oh, he's back. He's back. Okay. Hey.
Let me show you something.
What? That doesn't change what I said.
Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. This shit,
just because you
go
old
to the bathroom. this shit makes you go to the bathroom.
Fine, old man.
Yeah, it is what it is. Look, I earned the right.
Sure.
Damn it.
No, I'll give you that. I'll absolutely give you that. So we just talked about this in the last story.
Yeah.
How nobody's heroes. Nobody's heroes.
They're not safe here.
Are safe here.
Not even our own.
And that brings sadness to me sometimes. Because I never thought that I would be in a position on this very show, on our own podcast.
Yeah.
To have to say,
this hurts.
Bye, Letitia. I never thought that I would have to put Letitia Wright on the spotlight.
Yeah, but she got to get it too.
But here we are.
She got to get it too, y'all.
So, Letitia Wright. Will Letitia Wright's vaccine skepticism tweets result in a teachable moment?
Now, before, I know we don't have to tell anybody here who Letitia Wright is. She's Shuri from Black
Shuri.
Panther.
Yeah. In February 2018, the world was introduced to Letitia Wright's rendition of Shuri in Black Panther. With her witty one-liners, she instantly catapulted into global fame. Shuri's snark brought a sense of unmatched joy audiences will always cherish. It's joy we certainly still need 2 years later in 2020. Yet, 2020's going 2020. On Thursday night, Wright shared a YouTube video from a channel named On the Table in a now deleted tweet. Now, mind you, not only is the tweet deleted, the YouTube video has been taken down because it violated YouTube's terms and services.
Yeah.
On Thursday night, Letitia shared a YouTube video from the channel name on the table. In a now deleted tweet, the Mangrove actress simply accompanied the link with a prayer hand emoji, clearly indicating support of the content. The Hollywood Reporter provides more background. The Black Panther star tweeted a video from On the Table, a YouTube discussion channel where the presenter opined at length about the efficacy of vaccines, the dangers of taking them, and the supposed origins of the ingredients of a COVID-19 vaccine.
Hold up. So to make some separation here, right? He was talking about two things.
Yeah.
He was talking about not just specifically COVID-19, although that was part of it. He was talking about vaccines in general. It's important that y'all understand that.
Yeah. I don't understand vaccines medically, but I've always been a little. Hold up.
Stop.
Yep.
Stop right there.
I don't understand vaccines medically, period.
So why are you making a video about some shit you don't understand?
Not comma. That's not a comma. The comma doesn't go there. A period goes there. That's the video. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. That's the video.
Yeah. That's the literally the end of the video right there.
Yeah, that's the video. But I've always been a little bit of a skeptic of them. The presenter, I think it's a woman, Tommy Arayomi, says towards the beginning of, it is a man, the beginning of his fact-free monologue, which I could have sworn I saw somewhere else in the article that it was a woman. But anyway, at the beginning of his fact-free monologue, which was full of personal anecdotes and his own feelings on vaccines.
Hold up for a second. I think that's important to highlight this part too. That was full of his personal anecdotes and his own feelings. Many of you use this exact same metrics.
Oh, for everything.
And when I talk to you about things that can be demonstrably seen and found out, you prefer your personal anecdotes and your own feelings towards that.
Absolutely.
So as much as we about to clown this clown,
we talking about you.
We talking about you too.
Yeah. After Wright had posted the video to Twitter with the prayer hands emoji, she quickly became embroiled in arguments with users taking her to task for using her
platform.
So
it's called double down.
Yep, to spread misinformation on vaccines. The British actress, who is currently starring in Steve McQueen's acclaimed Small Axe anthology series, countered that she wasn't against vaccines, but thought it was important to ask questions. Okay, so let me stop here. All right. So I can say to you, perfect example, the Dave Chappelle thing. I said to you when you asked me if his kids were there, my response was, I don't know.
Wow. Damn it. You did do that.
Now, what she is trying to do with this, it's important to ask questions thing, would be like if I said, I don't know if his kids was there, but his kids being there really made this a fucked up situation.
Yo, and I love the way you just put that, because someone that's been in the skeptic community for as long as I have, this is one of the things that we hate the most. When people use the just asking questions, like, no, you clearly have an agenda and you clearly believe it's not like you coming at it neutral.
Right.
You clearly do have a belief. That's why you shared the shit.
If your caption was, what do y'all think about this?
Right.
That would have been just
that would have been different. What you did was, yeah, man, with the prayer hands,
especially with some of her other comments that we will be getting to. I think it's valid and fair to simply ask what's in it. She replied to one user. That in a vacuum
is nothing wrong with that. In a vacuum,
nothing wrong with that at all. At all. Moving along. Naturally, her tweets caused quite the reaction on Twitter. What fueled the fire even further is that Wright leaned into defensive mode, replying to several of the tweets in kind. I was hoping a close friend, publicist, or otherwise trusted source was in the background, effectively convincing her to log off and truly assess how she was using her large platform.
Yeah.
But alas, it was not to be. So here's several of her responses. No, if you watch it fully, he's just asking what's in it and if it's right for our bodies.
That's not all he was doing.
Yeah, here's Letitia.
That's not all he was doing.
Letitia, darling.
That's disingenuous.
Very disingenuous. Because what you're saying to us now is either you're lying to us, or you're trying to feed us shit and call it chicken, or you didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Which in either case, that's very disingenuous.
Because you shouldn't have been sharing it if you didn't watch the whole damn thing. At least without a caveat that said,
not with the caption that you had.
Right. Your caption indicated that you had watched it and you agreed with it. You were in full support.
Right. Another one. The name Lucifer is an interesting choice. Opens Bible. Now I don't know what that's a response to because for some reason there's no the original tweet isn't listed here. Horrible. That's why I hate. That's one of the reasons why I hate this goddamn website. They have been on point in some of the recent stories that we've done with them, but this type stuff always creeps back in. But anyway, another tweet she had upset. I'm just using my own mind to think, which I'm free to do. All right, see. All right, Kanye.
Also, in a vacuum, that's not problematic. You know what's problematic about it, though, in this case, in the cases where I've seen people use this, part of thinking and assessing stuff is to have the data in front of you.
Yeah.
You read it, you analyze it, stuff in there that you don't understand, you look up. And then after you've done that, you start to think about what you just read and draw a conclusion. You did none of those things because that video was fact-free as a motherfucker.
Here's the thing. The work is done for you. Yo. There is a certain amount of work that you're not required to do.
Yo, that work's been done for the last 100 years. That work's been done over the last 100 years.
How do you think we got to the point of saying this new pandemic?
Yeah.
Because that means that there have been pandemics and there were vaccines for those and things happen. You take flu shot, everybody doesn't do it. Fine. I've never had a flu shot, honestly.
I had once.
But it's not because I have this anti-vax stance. It was simply because I just never took it. I really don't have a great reason.
All of us grew the fuck up. Look, the age you at now, the age I'm at now. The one thing that's not different is that when we was kids, we had our shots.
Facts. Nigga, I went to Kenya at 8. I mean, not 8, 9. I absolutely had
You got extra shit.
Right. So, no, I don't.
Which is the other thing that bothers me, right? Because most of these people that are anti-vax, they all had their shots.
Yes. And they
all had their shots. All of the stuff that they say.
And they're relatively fine.
Yeah, all the stuff that they say could have happened because that they're claiming happens because of vaccinations. You had it and
it didn't happen to you. Right. This is literally
friends.
Reverse anecdotal.
Yes.
Like, how? You had. All right. It reminds me of the Pulp Fiction thing. Not Pulp Fiction, Boondocks. I don't think it actually happened in Pulp Fiction, but the Boondocks thing. Mm-hmm. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
It's of absence, facts.
Here's the thing.
You know where they got that from? George Bush.
Yeah, him and the Dick. Dick. Him and Dick Cheney.
Yes.
So here's the thing. You will swear somebody down. Not you in particular, but in general, the general you.
Yes.
You will swear somebody down because you've experienced something. It must be true.
Across all corners of the planet.
Except when it doesn't behoove you to look at it that way.
It's really hypocritical, right?
When there's something that literally is not a point of perspective that physically happened to you and you didn't have this experience, but you're still like, these cause this. Well, you're just special?
Yo, I had the same conversation with my brother a few years ago who called me. He had a book that he was reading.
Mm-hmm.
And he was this book was decidedly anti-vax.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to me with it, reading it, saying about, yo, did you see such and such? And I said, Lance, You know, you had your shots, right?
Right.
You know, I had my shots. You know,
Right.
Erica had her shots. You know, everybody in your class, in every grade you were ever in, they had their shots. The people that you saw in Toys R Us when we would go up there around Christmas time, they had their shots. The guy that's riding the bus that's taking us down here he had his shots. The people that are sitting with us they all had their shot. Everybody that you know, with maybe the exception or outlier individual case people have had their shots. And none of the things this book is saying happened to them. Did you ever think that maybe you really think about it, there's a lot of sensational shit in that book, because no one's saying that these fucked up things can't happen. What we're saying is they're rare, which is why these vaccinations made it through the process and became a thing.
It outweighs the potential for the bad to happen.
Yeah.
The good outweighs that.
Yeah.
That's the entire point. You're so under-sciencing this thing.
Yeah,
because 100% doesn't exist
in any that point cannot be stressed enough, because I be telling people all the time, like, yo, I understand that you have been taught by somebody somewhere at some time that if something doesn't work 100% the right way every time, to throw it out. Nature doesn't work that way. You know how long humans been having other humans?
Right.
You know how many times there's a birth defect?
Yep.
That's humans having humans is natural. And yet, here we are. Right? Here we are. So, like, there's nothing that's 100% of any fucking thing. And we acknowledge that, but it's like you just said previously. It's all about the percentage and whatever the outcome of the symptoms are of this, does it outweigh the actual disease? I'd prefer not to die. That's just me.
That's where I'm going with it. Maybe this is Vanguard type thinking.
Possible.
I don't know. Maybe we're the novel coronavirus in this scenario, but I'd rather not die. Now, that being said, to the people, because there was a Gallup poll, I think, done, and it said only 58% of people in America would actually outright take the vaccine.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I did want to steelman that part.
Yeah,
because the reality is, this entire year has been an exercise in political hackery. You had a president that politicized a pandemic, politicized all of the things that we were supposed to be using to protect ourselves from that, including any vaccinations. And he did it for his own political expediency. So I completely understand, and I am actually in that camp of people that, plus, I'm a science head.
I'm sorry, 52%. 52% said yes, 48% said no, but there were subcategories in the 48%.
Yes, exactly. I'm in one of the subcategories because this dude wanted to rush some shit out for his own political expediency. And it has me concerned, because someone that knows how the process works, it can take up to 5 years for a vaccination to be.
I think the fastest one was 4 years.
See? So the fact that they sped it up is a concern that I am not willing to tell people they shouldn't be concerned about.
Right.
Because that's not how the process usually works. So basically what you're going to have is the Venn diagram of people who are anti-vax way on the other side, and then it's going to overlap with then the ones that are pro-vax on the other side, and it's going to overlap with people that's like, yo, I believe in vaccinations. However, this process and that motherfucker that was actually involved with the process somehow, I don't trust him. This is the first time some shit like this was done this fast, and I need to see some results.
I need to see something.
I need to see something.
Now, the little bit of solace that I give whenever I have this conversation is you're likely not going to get the vaccine first anyway.
Yeah, and that's the other issue. These motherfuckers run around talking about, because this is scuttlebutt. If you guys are paying attention to the conversation that's happening around the vaccinations, one of the themes in there is the people who are the most susceptible should get it first. That's one of the talks around it, and they're talking about
frontline workers.
Frontline workers. So they're talking about logistically how they could do that shit, right? So part of the group of people who should get that first, if you look at the numbers, are black people, because COVID has been knocking sparks out of black people's asses since this shit first started, which is kind of ironic considering it was some of you dumbass niggas
5G
that was running around with the 5G and originally saying we can't get it because melanin. So it's ironic how
I remember that time period.
It's ironic how that happened, right? So when that part is understandable, but this guy in this video and Letitia with her support was trying to cast aspersions on the vaccine shit, period.
Yeah, in general.
In general, yes, he did specify at a certain point about the COVID thing.
Yeah.
But he was speaking in generalities, and it's dangerous considering the fact that there's a lot of factors for why certain diseases went away or didn't go away but got kind of suppressed. Hygiene changes, different things like that.
Like nobody gets the Black Plague anymore.
Right.
Niggas don't pop up with cholera.
Pest control, laws about how they process foods.
Right.
Shit like that, right? Well, vaccines is part of that story.
Absolutely.
And for you motherfuckers to run around here trying to undermine that shit because people got short memories. Two things. One, people got short memories. Two, people dumb as shit because you can't remember what you never knew.
Nigga.
You can't remember what you never knew.
Don't get me started.
Niggas is dumb. I feel bad because I'm like, damn, shorty, like you played a role.
Right. Yo. Oh my God. Yo, this would be like Neil Patrick Harris coming out and being anti-vax.
Yeah.
You played fucking Doogie Howser.
You was Doogie Howser. Like Letitia, you was Shuri. You was the science head.
You were one of the smartest people on earth.
And yet, here we are. Now, I get it. That's not who you really are.
Absolutely. Right.
But you played that role, so that's why this looks crazy.
Irony.
That's why this looks crazy.
But she continues.
Oh, damn.
If you don't conform to popular opinions, but ask questions and think for yourself, you get canceled.
It's not an opinion.
Listen to me clearly. I never thought I would ever say this. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck up. Yeah.
That's not how this works.
Yeah.
You can be wrong. It goes back to what I said about Q. There are some times where right and wrong are objective.
Yeah.
You feeling different than what's right doesn't make you right.
And you doubling down on some shit when there's scientific evidence that disputes what you're saying. Come on, really? I'm looking at one of these things she posted. No, I work for God. Let me rap to you for a second, Letitia. Because you signed a contract. You signed several contracts since you've been old enough to be able to do that shit. And in this case, the contracts you signed was with studios for work, to do work, to represent a character, to do work, to promote product, to do work. Now, you sitting there claiming you work for God, that's cute. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of people in the hallelujah section,
right,
that fuck with you to clap to that. But I think if we was to really be honest and dig deeper into that shit, that is nonsensical as a motherfucker. Because the only people that I know that historically have been said to work for a deity are the prophets. Now, unless you calling yourself that, and angels and shit, unless you calling yourself that, like, what is you talking about?
No, but I want to add this comment that the article gave for the tweet that I read. Unfortunately, The think for yourself type of phrasing sounds familiar, as it has become typical to attempt to dodge any type of accountability.
Facts.
The continuous dodging only leading to an increasingly downward spiral. So
that's just facts.
Yeah. In addition to the dangerous and factually unsubstantiated rhetoric, many Twitter users expressed concern for transphobic aspects of the video as well, concerns which were also brought to Wright's attention. Here's one of the people says, it's a video with no scientific evidence at all and transphobic elements. It's literally made to hurt and cause fear on people. You have a huge platform and the opportunity to be a voice for a generation.
Yeah.
Please do not let bigotry find a room in your space.
Yeah.
Hell, even her Marvel peer, Don Cheadle, who I always used to, before he got big, I always used to call him Don Cheadle.
Yo, you so stupid.
I knew that wasn't how you pronounce it, but
put some respect on that.
I do now.
Put some respect on War Machine's name.
Right. Initially he quoted
all he did for us.
I mean, you're right. Initially he quote tweeted her with "Bye, Letitia," then later backtracked.
That's hilarious.
Then later backtracked a bit, admitting he wasn't fully knowledgeable about the situation or hadn't seemingly watched the actual video before commenting, because he said, "Bye, Letitia," and then he followed that up with, "I haven't seen it. I don't like. Basically, I don't know what y'all niggas talking about.
Yeah,
I just came in here.
I thought that shit's funny.
Yeah, he's like, I just came in here because that's a running joke that we had from the movies. Like we
still
did that. Yeah, we did that on set, and
Right.
that's what we still do." He said, "I haven't seen it. I'll watch and pull her coat if it's off. I was jabbing at her for her tweet, rhyming Letitia with Felicia.
Right.
That was the joke walking from set to trailer. And if folk think I'm transphobic," and then he eye roll emoji, because Don Cheadle has been very outspoken.
Yeah, I don't think y'all can put that on him. Like, yo, can't put that on him, yo.
Because when he backtracks, somebody, he's responding to this person. "Don, we were fucking rooting for you." Then some of the things said in the video, Letitia tweeted, were straight up uncalled for. "I'm sorry, but I'm not okay with transphobia shown in that video." And then he said,
"Neither is he." When did he say that he was?
Right. Here's somebody else. "Mr. Cheadle, I respect you a lot, but you can't say you oppose transphobia while opposing people getting well-deserved pushback for spreading transphobia." His response, "I'm not. If she went transphobe, fire away. But I'll personally take it to her if she said something crazy, not to Twitter. That's how I do it with friends, and how I hope they do it with me if I fuck up. Trying to find out now."
Facts.
So someone says, "What do you mean you're trying to find it? That's the video. That's what she shared." And his response, "Jesus." "I just scrolled through. Hot garbage. Every time I stopped and listened, he and everything he said sounded crazy and fucked up. I would never defend anybody posting this, but I still won't throw her away over it. The rest I'll take off Twitter, but I had no idea."
Right. I will talk to my friend.
Facts.
That y'all don't know, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all don't. Yeah, we don't know her. We don't know nothing about her. We know her image. We know her public perception. So we like to think, and it ties into the whole "your heroes have no power" here thing.
Did you?
We don't know these people.
Facts. Did you go to that specific tweet? The one where he was like, "Try Jesus." Like, I like the response from the people after that, because that means people were listening. You know what I'm saying? They were listening to what he was
saying. They actually paid attention and was like,
yeah.
And then realized, like, hold on, what do I have as evidence from Don Cheadle about his character? Oh, okay. Yeah, that kind of matches with what he's saying here. Right. So, interestingly, and not surprisingly, this has people having feelings about what they about to do with this next Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
So, other fans speculated on how Wright's tweet may factor into her potential role in the Black Panther 2, which has already been a source of speculation following Chadwick Boseman's death. One person says, "I would actually love to see Lupita as the Black Panther." Another person, "Not even going to wade into the brewing controversy, but I don't think Killmonger is dead. He could very easily be redeemed and take his place on the throne. Think that's crazy? If you could have told me that Arnold would be a hero Terminator in T2, I would have called it BS. I mean, sure. So
I get that. I get it. I don't know. Here's the thing about all that. So it is entirely possible if Disney wanted to go that route, and they said, that controversy right there,
right?
That's not good for numbers to put that crown on your head right now. So we're going to have to do something else. However, I would caution people. They did that with James Gunn, and now James Gunn is back.
Well,
so maybe Disney might be thinking, let's see how this weighs out before we
probably,
change all the plans that we had to change from the plans that we had before.
Right.
Let's wait this out, see how this goes.
At the end of the day, it's still a corporation. And things don't just move that swiftly.
Nah, B. Also, I would say this to Letitia, just some friendly advice.
Shut up.
So someone that you don't know, but was a fan of your work. I still like your work.
Yeah.
You don't have to wade in on every topic. See, the thing is, yes, you are a citizen of the country that you're from. They offer you a form of freedom of speech. She's from the UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all fine and dandy. But your position right now puts you out of the space of just a regular person.
Yeah.
You have a huge platform. Those feelings, the things that you want to watch, that you think may be valid, you should have your finger on the pulse enough to know that these are hot button issues. So talk about that with your friends. Don Cheadle was certainly there, ready, waiting and available to have a conversation with, right?
Thanks.
Have this with your friends. You know why? Because your friends aren't going to typically throw you under the bus and put that shit out there in public. And then you can get all of this stuff out without getting this.
Right.
And when you put some shit out there that you either didn't watch all the way through, which I'm thinking is what the fuck happened.
Mm-hmm. Likely.
Or you did and you harbor some of that craziness. Now people see you a certain way. Right.
It also depends on what type of person you are.
That's
because let's say she did that and her friends was like, nah, this ain't it. And she was like, I want to see what the world thinks.
That's different. That's different. You can't be helped, right? Do you? But in the future, recognize your. How many times on this show have we said these motherfuckers, these celebrities, still haven't caught on to social media yet?
Yo, it's crazy.
It's insane. There is a fine line between doing what Kevin Hart used to do, which was take the middle road for every fucking thing just to not offend anybody. You don't have to do that.
No.
But you also don't have to really go in.
You could just shut up sometimes.
You could just shut up sometimes because certain things, especially when you're not educated on it. And those that might come across this show, you need to understand this special relationship between Black people and vaccinations.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the next part of the article.
Good.
So
continue reading that. I'll be right back.
It's been It's been nearly 50 years since the grotesque Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male, also referred to as the Tuskegee syphilis study, came to an end. A historical travesty, which understandably left generations of Black people skeptical about any sort of experimental medical procedures. As Wright is British, it's important to note that the United Kingdom has become the first country to authorize Pfizer BioNTech's COVID-19 vaccine, with the first shots rolling out next week. According to a Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, aka the CDC, report updated just 4 days ago, Black, African-American, non-Hispanic people have been diagnosed with COVID-19 at 1.4 times the rate of their white counterparts, have been hospitalized for the novel coronavirus at 3.7 times the rate of white non-Hispanic people, and have died at 2.8 times the frequency. It's one thing to be open and honest about processing those valid feelings in a historical context. then follow that up with an earnest desire for education backed by facts, it's entirely different to promote unfounded conspiracy theories about a significant and much needed treatment for a deadly disease, especially when the very disease in question is disproportionately harming and killing Black people. That isn't healthy skepticism. That's just another side of a dangerous coin. Here, someone says the Tuskegee effect is real. Black people in the United States have every right to be skeptical when medical racism exists. That is understandable and okay. What is not okay is promoting easily debunked conspiracy theories rooted in religious dogma and rhetoric that could lead to deaths.
Yeah.
Another person, more than half of Americans know someone who has been hospitalized from or died from the coronavirus.
Yep.
It's 71% among Black people. And what might be Wright's final say before an official statement comes out? Maybe. She wrote the following. She wrote the following on Friday morning. My intention was not to hurt anyone. My only intention of posting the video was it raised my concerns with what the vaccine contains and what we are putting in our bodies, nothing else. That might be true. That very well could be true. My suggestion.
What about that transphobic shit?
My suggestion is you get better. You either get better at realizing this ain't the fight that you need to fight. You need to either get better at realizing that because you watched a 7-minute clip of a 45-minute video, you do not have the gist of what that video is about. You need to get better at understanding that if you want to share that clip out of that video, that there are ways that you could share just that part of the video.
Factamundo.
So you need to get better. You need to get better. That's what happens. I have no reason to believe that final statement is not true. It's just that your intentions don't matter. We keep this doesn't matter what I meant to do or what I actually did. It matters what you actually did.
Yeah, because that has the appreciable effect.
That's where the effect comes from.
That's where the effect comes from. What you did.
Yeah, like if you're on the other side of that, can you decide to take into account what the person's intention was? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. But if you're the perpetrator, you can't. It's just like the whole art thing. Once you finish your art and you put it out into the ether, it is no longer yours.
Yeah, people are going to take it. We've seen examples of this fairly recently. People are going to take your art and make it mean whatever they needed to mean. Welcome back, Mike, aka Angry Graham. But yeah, like, and it's the same as with your words. Once you put your words out there,
they out there.
They out there. Now
you can apologize.
You can apologize, or you can attempt to defend them if you don't think you say anything wrong. But I caution you, in situations like this where people are dying, you want to be extra careful about what you present as truth, and also be like cognizant of your own ability, because some of y'all, a lot of y'all, suffer from that Dunning-Kruger that makes you overestimate how competent you are in various things. Some of you aren't that good. You're just not. And some of you didn't have to be. Like some of you, literally, your life does not revolve around having to know anything about vaccinations, except I need to take them. And believe me, I get it. I get your life not revolving around having to know that. So certain things you don't know. But
yeah, absolutely.
You need to be honest about that and say, look, I'm humble about this shit because this is not something I focus on the majority of my life. That's all I'll be asking.
It seems very simple to me. When you have questions about something, you should do research.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very easy flow through for how scenarios should happen in life.
Yeah.
If you have the established idea is that you take vaccinations to keep yourself healthy.
Right.
That's the established idea. That's the incumbent.
Right.
So if you're questioning the incumbent, it behooves you to do research, actual research.
Right.
But nobody likes to research.
Well, I would even go as far as to say most people don't know how to research. I've literally seen people. What's that?
It kind of goes with what I just said. It's the end of the article. I have a feeling this isn't over, but we'll see if this results in an actual teachable moment for Ray. After all, if you have questions, you should be fully open to factual answers. That's kind of what I just said.
And the word they said factual, they put in italics because.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Some answers you may get may not be factual.
Oh no,
depends on who you go to. That's the other thing. Like, why do we continue to go to people that have no expertise in any of this shit? And then once we go, there's layers to this shit. Because then after you go to the person with expertise, you need to cross-check him with other people in the field.
Facts.
This is how remember that one little incident where that video footage came out? And you see all these doctors in white coats, and specifically it was the black woman that was up there. And she was saying some nutty, unsubstantiated bullshit, even though she's a doctor. And people was going off of that. I saw people running to defend her because she's black. I've seen black people doing that. And I'm like,
black people be wrong. And doctor means so many different things.
Facts. And once we found out about a lot of other crazy ass shit she buy into, right? Then people want to backtrack. Nah, B, now the issue's not her, the issue's you.
Yeah.
Because why didn't you cross-check with other people in the field? It's the reason they got something called peer review. Peer review is so that not one scientist can be the final word on some shit, because he's a flawed human being. So they have to run tests on these findings over and over again. Various different people doing it to see if they get the similar or same result. So you don't go to one person just because they're in that field. You need to cross-check it with the rest. What's the consensus in the field?
Right.
And like I said, some people don't know how to research. They don't.
Huh. That's an understatement.
Mm-hmm. They don't know how to do it. They never was taught. And part of it I put on the public school system, because this is how they taught me when I was in my earlier grades how to research. And they called it literally that, research.
Mm-hmm.
There's a book right there that has the information in it. Go to that book and just get the information out of it. That's research to them. As I got older, I realized it's not research. It's not research. You went to one source, one time, right? Mm-hmm. With the one source, one time. Now, sure, in everyday regular conversation, you don't have time to take somebody through all these different, but this shit you should be doing on your own, for real. You know what I'm saying? You should be doing this shit on your own.
Mike asked, why do we hate people who have expertise in the field? Not anyone specifically, but as a whole. We're looking for people to tell us what we already think.
Yeah.
That's really part of it.
That's really part of it. Mike, the other thing is, I think some of this is ego too. Like I think, so if I'm having a conversation with SPJ about cameras, right? If I ask him a question about the camera and he gives me an answer, chances are I'm going to accept the answer from him, because this is something he focuses on all the goddamn time. Now, if he's confused, fortunately, he'll say, I'm not sure, but what I always thought was.
Right.
And that lets me know to go and look it up.
Yep.
Some people, because he doesn't have an ego about that shit.
Nah.
Some people have an ego.
I don't know shit, my guy.
If I'm telling you this, why don't you believe me? Listen, me looking up.
Now, hold on, real quick. Mm-hmm. Just to tear myself down a little bit. Mm-hmm. There are absolutely things I have that ego about.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
One of them being content creating and people who've never done it a day in their fucking life. Listen to me clearly.
And why is that?
Because I've done it for years.
So you still should feel a certain kind of way. Like, yo, I've been doing this, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
A very specific scenario that I've dealt with.
Right.
And you tell me that I'm wrong. it triggers me.
Understood.
Specifically because you don't know what
You
the
don't do this
fuck
shit.
you're talking about.
You've
never done this a day in your life, and I've been doing this for years, and this is my experience, and I have contact with people that also have been doing this for years, and this is their experience, and then I have people who who are quote-unquote experts in the field, and this is their experience.
Yeah.
So because I've done this research, inadvertently, it wasn't specific. I didn't seek out to get this knowledge. This is knowledge that was imparted on me between experience itself, and I may have been looking for something else, and this came ancillary. Right. But now I have this wisdom. I don't even call it knowledge, but now I have this wisdom, and you're like, that can't be. Oh.
It's offensive, especially when you don't do that shit yourself.
Nigga.
And people need to understand something. When I ask for links or for some sort of evidence for what you're saying, it's not to disrespect you. It's to make sure you understand and respect me. That you don't think, that you don't think I'm just going to take your word for something that I know you're not an expert in. You've never shown any sort of expertise in this shit.
Yo, when I see people pop up that I've known for years, conversed with for years, had plenty over conversation with for years, and they pop up talking about some shit I ain't never heard them talk about once. This motherfucker, you done got me mad. Fuck you. Listen, y'all people need to get it together.
Try Jesus.
Ask
not me.
And here's the thing, just me personally, because fuck people.
Facts.
I do the advice thing a lot. I do, because people ask. Because my shit usually works out simply because I'm observant. It has nothing to do with some grand knowledge that I'm not the smartest or none of that shit.
You're not the Wizard of Oz.
No, nigga. I dare look behind that curtain if you want. Listen, it's not because of some weird imparted, he got an old soul. No, it ain't none of that shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
I simply am observant. It's just that. I'm observant, and I'm exposed to a bunch of different things, and for some reason, concepts are what stick to my memory. Very minute details don't always, but concepts tend to stick in my memory. So I'm generally good with the advice thing because of that reason.
Right.
So being someone who knows that that's the case, and being someone who knows that I have experience in the particular thing that you're asking me about, don't then completely disregard everything I'm saying, because I took time out of my day. I took energy out of my reserve that I have for you fucking human beings.
You fucking humps.
And I decided to share a little bit of that with you at your request.
Yeah.
Don't just disregard what I say. If you are in a situation where you know that I do the advice thing, you know that I've been doing such and such for however long, and you decide not to get my advice because you don't like how something turned out, that's absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with that at all. I have no issue with that. If I offer unsolicited advice and you don't heed to it, I'm fine. It was unsolicited. That was my fault. That was my decision that I made. But if you ask, hey, man, I wanted to get your opinion because I know you be doing this. What's up with such and such and such and such? Oh, man, I wouldn't do it that way because this is why and this is why. And when I try to do it this way, this is what happened. And when this other big person did it this way, it kind of messed up everything they was doing. They had to start over. And you're like, yeah, but I want to do it. What the fuck you asked me then?
Right.
And it's just like Mike said, it's because you wanted to hear that the decisions that you had were right. You wanted to hear that you were you wanted to hear that you were on the right track more than you wanted to be on the right track.
Right.
And it's like, thank you, Mike. I hate your guts. Each and every one of you. Each and every one of you that have ever done that to a person that you know or feel has a certain level of expertise with whatever the fuck you ask them about. And then you decide to disregard them. I hate your guts.
I've been there. I've had people know that I have been doing this content shit for a while in almost every imaginable way. I've written blogs. I've done vlogs, music, podcasts, a pre-recorded video. I've done all that shit, right?
All of it.
All both of them.
No.
And they come and they ask me about how they should get started. And then I give them that information. I give them that experience. And right there in the moment, they're saying, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
It's the absolute worst.
All right.
Listen, I'm gonna give y'all another peek behind the curtain because that shit, it's been long enough that it doesn't matter, and that person has never came back on a live again. The one day that one of my people that I know personally in real life, not a Facebook friend, not none of that, I know them in real life, came on the stream one day. And we were talking about knowing what you were doing before you start and being ready before you start. And they was like, well, no, you should just start and then get. And it took everything in me on that stream to not wow her the fuck out. Because I know personally she has no experience with anything that has to do with content in any way, shape, or form.
None.
Because we've had several conversations about it.
Uh-oh, Napalm's here.
Oh, Paul.
Somebody break out the potpourri.
I mean.
No, but look, that's real talk though. Like, you don't do this.
Everything in me.
You don't do this. You have never taken that leap. I've told certain people, right, that said they wanted to get started with this shit. I said to them, yo, you preferably would want A, B, C, D. Right. Now, what do you have? You can get started with B and D, and then build towards that. The rest of the things on that list, only to hear them going, nah, I think I'm going to wait until I get everything the way I know. Cool. But then 5 years after the fact, you still haven't done it.
Right.
So it's like, you do realize, had you listened to me, you would already have some content out. And that in itself would have been incentive to make your content look better. So you would have had the incentive
you would be more motivated to get
more motivated. Right.
Because you already started.
Right.
I'm already here. I got to do this. I got to do this. That's literally, crazy as shit. That's how I feel about, should I spill the beans?
It depends on what you're spilling the beans about.
The conversation that we had yesterday about what. All right.
Fine.
So, without giving too many details, we're about to start doing more scripted content, skit wise and all that other good stuff.
Right.
This is something that has been in the makings for years. We've been talking about doing this for a long time.
Absolutely.
There are several reasons why it didn't happen. One of them being not necessarily a big reason, but definitely a reason. One of them being just equipment.
Yeah.
And equipment, experience,
certain type of equipment that we needed for certain ideas that we had that I don't feel like they would come off without. It wouldn't come off without. And it's like you said, also experience.
We're not talking about Q no more. I can get rid of this black and white now.
Yeah, fuck out of here. But also certain things we still needed to learn, and we knew that. Yeah. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. Some things we knew, we still had to learn. You know?
Yeah. So, that being said, now, if anybody has been watching my channel and my vlogs that I've been putting up every week, they go up once a week, and you can watch them.
Why are you talking so low? Listen, he puts up vlogs every week on his channel. He does not have a set schedule though, but thus far, every week there's a vlog on his channel.
There's
the
no reason for you
SPJ
to, why
music
are
channel.
you yelling?
No, because I gotta compensate. I gotta overcompensate for you trying to put that shit up under the rug and some shit. Nah, B. Nah.
There's no reason.
Hashtag make James famous.
There's no reason for you to be yelling. I don't appreciate it. You're spiking the audio, my guy. You're spiking the audio. You got to make sure this is good for the Spotify listeners.
Look.
You're spiking the audio. Like
what I'm gonna need y'all to do is go to SPJ's,
coming in hot.
Go to SPJ's channel. His artist channel. He's got a lot of content on there, and let me repeat, he does not have a set schedule, but for the last month and a half or whatever, he's been doing at least one video a week. So yeah.
Are you done? Are you finished? You done?
I am. Mike, hashtag make SPJ famous.
All right. Okay, guys.
Famous.
Anyway, so now I'm in a spot partially because of that work that I've been doing with the vlogs. I know that we have a lot more experience. I know we got equipment because I got this. This is just for the video people that can see the video. I got this thing that can do these things, right? And I'm controlling it from my phone. Like we got equipment.
We got equipment, and there's other little things that we've done that we haven't even shared that shows that we can put this shit together. Like, so
like I got the little lightning effect, like it just
little documentary type thing. Like we know how to do a lot of this shit now.
It's a little party effect on the light.
Ass. What is love?
Hey, got a little police joint. I got pulled over.
No, listen.
It might be one of the. Listen.
No.
Hey, it might be one of in the car, and then you just see these lights.
Whoop, whoop. We don't do that here.
But the point is, we got a lot of different stuff that makes it more possible to do this type of thing now, and we have the willing participants so far. So far, obviously, I'm going to be in it. Tim's going to be in it. Fab has agreed to be in it. My homeboy Marcus has agreed to be in it. The model AC has agreed to be a part of it. Like, so, and I haven't gotten a chance to talk to Kristen yet. I'm sure she'll be down. Sure, we just had a conversation when we was doing this other thing that we're working on. Mike said, I pay good money for Tim to do a cover of What Is Love. Speaking of, I think we need to do something, but I don't want to say it on here. But anyway, I'm going to try to remember to say that when we get off of here. But I got like I said, I got a bunch of people that are saying like, yeah, I'm down. Let's do this. Right. So it's time. It's time. It is. And I'm going to start. I already started like in my head fleshing it out. Then I'm going to start probably today and tomorrow on a relative overview outline of it. Mm-hmm. And then I'm getting together with AC because she's going to be a relatively big character in it. I'm getting together with her to do more brainstorming for it's happening fast. And then, like I said, Chris and I are in the middle of recording something else that's going to be coming out for people that I don't want to talk about at all because I just rather not until it comes out. So that's happening. And when we were doing one of the last times that we were doing that, she was like, I want to do something else.
Right.
I'm like, I bet.
Trying to get this work.
You ain't said nothing but a word. Like
do this work.
and she about to get her her driving situation completely situated. The content. So yeah. Oh, Addie said he'd be down to be involved.
Boo. Oh, sorry.
Shut up. So yeah, we got stuff in the works that's actually in the works, and it's finally.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of this will be uploaded on our other channel.
Why is this blue?
It doesn't look bad though.
I feel like I mean
it doesn't look bad.
It's just blue. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. That's better. There we go.
Yeah, that is better. That's better. But the other one wasn't bad. It's just it was different.
Yeah, I could see the blue in it.
Right.
It's too much. But yeah, let's
damn it.
What?
Hold up.
God damn it. All right. I'm just gonna get into this last article. Don Cheadle and Robert Downey Jr. are set to recognize the late actor Chadwick Boseman with the Hero for the Ages Award. Chadwick Boseman is set to receive yet another posthumous. How do y'all say that? Posthumous? How do y'all say that? I don't really hear that word said too often. Another posthumous, I don't know. Honor, this time as part of the MTV Movie and TV Awards Greatest of All Time special. The late Black Panther star is set to be recognized with a Hero for the Ages award, given to a star whose heroism on screen was only surpassed by the true hero they were off screen, MTV said in its announcement. Boseman's fellow Marvel Universe stars, Don Cheadle and Robert Downey Jr., are set to present the award. The Greatest of All Time special, hosted by Vanessa Hudgens, is set to take place in lieu of this year's edition of the MTV Movie and TV Awards. Oh, that's interesting. The 90-minute special is set to honor memorable moments in film and TV from the 80s until now and will feature previews of highly anticipated 2021 releases, performances from Sia, Steve Aoki, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that, and Travis Barker. The special is...
We've been fussing this whole show.
Who?
Yeah, we've been fussing this whole show.
Oh, no, I'm not fussing now. The special is set to executive produce by MTV's Bruce Gilmer, Wendy Plout, and Vanessa Whitewolf, with Jesse. I'm not even going to try to pronounce.
Hold up, her last name was Vanessa Whitewolf.
Yes.
Yo, it's so funny that last name because
Bucky.
When I was a kid, I would play several different characters when we would wrestle. I had different characters and shit. One of them was named White Wolf.
That's funny.
He was a Native American. And look, I used to always, you know how the stereotypical, they got the long hair shit. Yeah. I never did, but I would always go, so look.
Yo,
I used to kill them niggas with that. I used to kill them
niggas with that. Terrible, my guy.
Ooh,
terrible.
Absolutely.
Good days. We have different definitions of the word good.
Look, I walked away without my lip being ripped off. So apparently.
Sure. I still won that fight. No.
Well, it's okay. Sure.
I mean,
sure.
But I have no idea of how to pronounce this name, so I'm just gonna spell it.
Word.
IGN JAT.
Oh nah.
OVIC.
Look, no disrespect. I don't think my mouth was. I think I have a genetic predisposition to not be. I am already bad at names now. Like that right there. Nah, B. That's.
And Barb Blaukowski.
See, it's funny how you tried that one.
Yeah, that one looked. The consonants to vowel ratio was comfortable enough for me to try that. That previous one, I don't know what. We don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
On behalf of Den of Thieves, the MTV honor comes after it was announced that Boseman would posthumously receive the actor tribute at the 2021 Gotham Independent Film Awards.
So Batman will be there.
Sure, where he's nominated for Best Actor for his role in Netflix Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which will mark his last film appearance. Boseman, who died in August at the age of 43 after a secret battle with colon cancer, had memorable starring roles in films like 42, Get On Up, Marshall, The Five Bloods, and of course as the titular superhero in Black Panther.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good that he's getting another award.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Absolutely. I'm guessing he's the guest of honor for that particular special because it's only going to be a 90-minute show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're probably focus on him.
Yeah, I'm imagining he's the like the I don't know if it's MTV or BET Hip Hop Awards where they had the Icon Awards and shit like that. So I guess this is him in this particular award show. So I'm for it. I'm here for it. I'm absolutely for it. Yeah, I felt like we had when I saw that article, I knew that it didn't have much in it, but like you just said, we literally have been fussing all episode.
We're fussing this whole episode. So it's good. It's good to end on a cool note like that.
Yeah, just something a little light, something a little happy. That's gonna send people home.
I hate when y'all make us fuss,
bruh.
All episode.
Not all episode.
I don't mind fussing doing
each episode, sure.
Yeah,
but all episode.
Because y'all keep doing shit.
Yeah,
if y'all could stop doing shit down, right? Like y'all can sit down for a minute. We could talk about some frivolous shit.
Yo, right? Like if Big Cube would have taken a lesson from Baby Cube ain't saying shit.
Nope.
About this entire ordeal.
Yeah,
Baby Cube been mum on this
entire. I think I prefer him being called Ice Shavings.
That's fine. I'll allow it. I'll absolutely allow that one. But it's like he ain't said the word the first about this scenario.
He stayed away from that.
I'm with it. I'm absolutely with it because it's nothing. There's no reason for you to get yourself involved in this.
Don't do your work.
Your father is a grown ass man, and he getting this spanking by himself.
He got it.
Yeah.
He got it.
You don't need to take any bullets for him. I appreciate you. Even if you actually agree with him. Right. Even if you actually agree with him. I'm happy that you decided to elected your position and your God-given right of shutting the fuck
silent.
Up.
Like, yo,
that's it.
You could literally just shut the fuck up. And now I've cautioned people about this shit before that want to do. I'm like, yo, there is another option.
It's always an option.
Like, you can shut the fuck up. Yeah. And then let shit play out, see how it plays out. Because one thing, there is a time to say stuff. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like when there's a teachable moment that's happening because it's happened before and people ignored it before, and now it's happening again, it's a teachable moment. For instance, when doing a whole police brutality conversation, where you have people committing acts that by all rights would have gotten us killed, and they did it, and nothing happened. This is a teachable moment that you need to bring attention to. You see this, right? He did that, and he's straight.
Yeah.
But this guy over here did that, and he's in the ground.
Facts.
And y'all bad-mouthing him. So what have we learned? Because the short attention span the motherfuckers in this country, you got to kind of bring, some shit you got to talk about, but not everything. Some shit, you can just fall back.
Mm-hmm.
Your father's, like you said, O'Shea, he a big boy with a big beard. Like you ain't got to rush in to help the All Father.
And I'm glad that he did not.
Right.
I'm glad that he did not, because I like his work and I can actually continue to watch his work without having that idea in the back of my head. Like, this
motherfucker.
So I appreciate that from the young OG.
Yeah, facts.
Because he could have gone the other way.
Keep doing your shit, old shit.
Stop it.
What?
No, we're not accepting that for him.
Listen, I only called him that because when I first saw how much he looked like his father, I was like, oh shit.
You said, oh shit.
Yeah,
I get it.
God damn.
I get it. Yeah, he Cube spit him out.
Yeah.
Like straight out. I would not be surprised if he didn't have a mother. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yes.
If the word came out that was actually the world's first motherless birth, then I'd be like, I knew something was up.
That's hilarious.
He
hilarious.
looks way too much like literally, like when they talk about casting people, usually it's people in fiction. But when they talk about casting people, I usually hate the people that be like, yeah, but this person looks like them.
I don't mean they're gonna,
because it's like, if you might not have the acting chops, but when they were talking about Straight Outta Compton and I saw what O'Shea Jr. looked like, I said, nah, listen.
Yeah.
Fuck everything else I've ever said about this topic. He better be playing baby Q. Like, Facts. He better be playing young Q.
But what if he went in there?
Yo,
it was wooden as a mother.
I would have cried. I would have cried. And I would have stood behind my decision, but I would have cried.
Yo, what if he went in there and was like, Straight Outta Compton, a crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From a gang called
Stop.
Niggas with Attitude.
Stop it. But the main reason, obviously, yes, because the resemblance is uncanny. But above that, this is fucking son. If anybody's going to know how this man acts, there's a very short list, and he's on it.
That's true. But sometimes kids be getting shit fucked up. For instance.
True. Because their perspective is skewed.
Yeah, like I had a classic example. Years ago, I was in junior high, and I was walking home from school. And this black dude with a cowboy hat says to me, "You Larry's son, ain't you? You Larry's son." Now, I didn't know the fuck he was talking about because I didn't realize that the nickname, one of my father's nicknames was Larry. And he was talking about. And I was informed later who the guy was. That's Crazy Richard. It's called Crazy Richard. So just to me, some crazy motherfucker. First of all, how many black guys in the hood you see with a cowboy hat? You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, right? But like, then I started learning more about the other people that knew my father. Their perception of him, way different than mine.
Clearly, right.
Way different than mine. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my defense, I ain't spent hardly no time with this nigga past 3 years old.
That's funny because that's what I was about to say. If you ask if you ask me about my father and you ask my sister about my father, it's a completely different situation. It's a completely different conversation.
Right.
Like night and day conversation.
Facts.
Like I find out every year when this nigga birthday is because my sister is like, it's my favorite man's birthday, blah blah this, blah blah. I'm like, I'm like,
First of all, allow me to apologize on her behalf.
Oh no, I get it.
No, but what I'm saying is, I can only imagine how that makes you feel at the time.
Yo, it's so disconcerting.
It's sorry.
Like, yo, what am I living? Yo, perfect example of how that makes me feel. Whenever I have a conversation with a person, and
that's your first mistake.
You're right. Whenever I have a conversation with a person and they use a word to describe what's been happening that doesn't mean that thing,
right?
And I feel like I'm having a stroke or something. That's how I feel in that scenario. That's exactly how I feel every time I see. Well, not now, because it's been happening for years. But when I was first seeing it, it was like, this the same nigga? Like, him? This guy?
Yeah.
I would put his government out there, but I don't know his middle name.
Listen, I know exactly what you're talking about because I've seen this. This happened quite often. Like, who, him?
Right.
Who, her?
Right.
Really? Like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's like, yo.
But to be fair, I am fairly certain there are people that do that with me.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, all facts. I know that there are people that do it with me because I know that I'm different with different people.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of is.
Very
people.
Well, some people
act like
they
don't.
Yeah,
they feel like don't, but they are.
No, context matters, my guy. Context
and the
matters
relationship you have with the person.
Very
like,
simple.
I'm not going to be the same way with, let's take Mike Gleason, that I am with somebody I just met.
Facts.
I ain't known that long. Like, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
It's simply that. Like, but a perfect example for people, if I didn't explain this correctly, perfect example is the other day I was having a conversation with somebody and I was explaining to them that they need to be prepared. They have contingency plans for things going wrong, and they called me a pessimist. So
no, you should have just told them I'm not a pessimist. I'm Batman. Batman always has contingency plans.
No, I that would never have happened. I would never tell anybody I'm Batman because Batman is trash. Batman is absolute garbage.
Me and Cyrus was talking about that on the Medicine Mutants podcast. Y'all should go check that out. So Spotify,
absolutely,
Facebook podcast to pay. We had a whole.
It's
episode.
the number 2 podcast according to my
oh damn
Spotify what the fuck rewind wrap up or whatever they call it. It's the number 2 podcast in the world.
Listen,
only second to Black Culture Geeks.
Right. Like, listen, I'm trying to tell you, we had a whole episode. Well, not the whole episode, but the main topic of the episode was smashing the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Smashing the bat about how problematic he is.
Oh, he's the worst.
Yeah.
I don't kill people. Bullshit. Nigga. All them people did.
Everybody the Joker killed, you killed.
Nigga.
Everybody Joker killed, you killed.
All these people that you fight, anybody that you fist fight, they die.
All you gotta do, watch Superman versus Batman. I know it's hard, but watch Superman versus Batman. Tell me he ain't killed some of them motherfuckers.
That end scene, not end scene, but towards the end of the movie when he's in that warehouse, them niggas dead.
Yo, the one dude, he smashed his head against the goddamn wall. You saw the blood spurt on the wall.
There is no way.
There's no way he survived that. There's no way.
All of them, they dead. They dead. They don't. No, I don't kill people. Yeah, you do though.
Yeah, you do.
You absolutely do.
Yo, Superman used to kill people too. That's the
facts.
Look at them old ass books. The way he would throw motherfuckers.
Yo, there's no way.
You ain't see him land.
They dead before they land. No, they did before they land. The landing just makes the funeral harder.
Facts, because now you got to scoop up stuff. But
yeah,
nigga, stop it. They kill.
Yeah.
They don't kill anymore.
Maybe,
but they kill.
No, Batman still kills.
He still kills.
No, anytime Batman,
he's dead now though.
Attacks. Well,
they just kill him.
Anytime Batman attacks a low level street thug, he kills them. That's just how that works. His strength and his technique and his armor and his gadgets, they're not civilian grade.
Yo, in the Injustice game, he says his son Damon says, "Oh, so you mad at Superman for killing the Joker, but I just saw you get that man multiple brain contusions." And yo, if you look at that scene in that game, Batman bludgeoned that man to death, yo. There's no way he might be still alive on the ground, but when the ambulance and shit came and got him,
right? He
went to the ICU. He died later. He gonna die when he get in a car. Like he's dead.
Without question. Yo, there are 5 Robins, right? Don't say anything. So Dick, Tim, Jason, Damian, and there's a girl, right?
And the girl with the red hair.
What's her name?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Robin.
Well, okay. Oh, I hate your guts.
Just here to help.
I hate you so much. like deep inside.
It's a gift.
Clearly, you've been blessed. Yeah, because I was having that conversation. Who was I having that conversation with? I can't remember. We were trying to figure out how many Robins there. Oh, probably Marcus. Because we were watching Titans.
You notice Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond, doesn't have a Robin.
Because he's a better human being than Bruce.
Just saying.
Yeah,
I'll be the target. Thank you.
Yeah, right. He doesn't wear all black and then put out somebody in bright yellow, green, and red to be a target that
with nobody
that's not actually armor, right?
Yeah,
to be a target.
I mean, it's armor now. To be clear,
yeah, sure.
They fixed that up, but for years that was not armor.
It was cloth.
That was a cloth Party City outfit. All right. They got there playing Halloween.
In some versions of the canon, it was a fucking acrobat outfit from the circus. Right. And nothing more.
And nothing more. Meanwhile, he going up against motherfuckers with machine guns and Tommy guns.
Right. Who you shooting at?
And then he got him kicking people. Like that ain't gonna get you shot.
Who you shooting first? Who you shooting first? This little motherfucker that I can clearly see. Or the Knight.
Oh, the Knight.
Yes, that's a double.
That ain't even there. Right. Because a lot of times Robin will go in. Right. And Batman is doing the shadow shit and attacking with a batarang. And come on, dog. We see you. We see you, Bat.
So what? Okay, he might have a pole. But you got these fucking sharp ass batarangs, grappling hook, and you gave this nigga a pole?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I ain't gonna hold you. That first scene in Titans when Dick first put the Robin suit on and he killed them up. Oh, my God.
It's pretty epic.
Oh, pretty epic. God. Yo.
Oh, and just to be clear to y'all, like, we still like watching Batman shit. It's just
it's
the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Like, yo, Batman
ain't shit.
He's trash. Like,
trash. Absolutely. Like, he could do so much more if he just decided to use his money in a good way.
Yo, Napalm said he did him like other guy in Blank Man.
Facts. Facts. Yo, he could just do so much more.
Yo, he could. You know what? Batman could do more good in Gotham if he wasn't Batman.
Facts.
If he spent that money instead of on like the Joker said, where does he get those wonderful toys?
Right.
If he stopped spending his money on those wonderful toys and did something to help the infrastructure in that city, to help poverty in that city, he could literally decrease crime. Instead, what he does is he puts his mental health issues on display by wearing a goddamn bat suit and jumping from fucking rooftops, only exciting and igniting other people with mental health problems to throw on costumes and kill people.
Yep.
To be like Batman. Be like the Bat.
Fact.
Just saying.
I mean, it's realistic. Like that. It's funny when I give the writers all the praise in the world, because it's funny when you have a scenario that could actually easily be solved, but you take the opposite route and you find a way to make that run.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, well, you could have easily just done this and the story would have been over, but clearly you didn't want the story to be over, so you took the opposite route. I get that. But you still are able to put out this facade that you're trying to actually solve this issue.
Right. And the thing is, one of the reasons why Batman hasn't gotten this dragon previously is because Adam West saved him. When Adam West did that TV series, the Batman and Robin show, he made him campy. He made him, hey, I like Batman, heroic with the, the voice and all that.
Right.
He made him all of that. So he seemed harmless. He seemed harmless. And for years, you still got people right now that say Adam West is their favorite Batman. Right now. Usually older people, but right now, right?
Absolutely.
So, that's how he was allowed to not get this dragon that he's been getting in more recent years, because that carried on a long way. But now a lot of us see the Bat for what he is. And is the Batman dangerous? He absolutely is. But he's not just dangerous to the villains and the criminals. He's dangerous to his partner. It's like,
right.
He's fucking dangerous. Like,
yep. I'm fairly certain Dick had this argument with him several times after he left.
It's a reason why Dick, when he grew up, became the type of hero he was.
Right.
He wasn't like Batman. He may have dressed in shadows.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like Batman. And Batman even mentioned once in one of the Crisis series where he was talking to Dick as a grown man. He was like, you always managed to keep those relationships with the hero community that I never could. Right. Because Dick, despite his name, Dick is not a dick.
He's good at diplomacy. He's good at diplomacy.
He can
He's
actually
a hero.
People. Right. He can actually be friends.
He's not
with people.
emotionally crippled, even though here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing.
I know what you're about to say.
If you look at the two archetypes of the characters, you have this rich, when I say rich, I mean rich.
Beyond,
motherfucker who, yes, unfortunately lost his parents.
Right.
Unfortunately. But he still had somebody there to take care of him.
He ain't had to go in the foster care system.
He ain't had to go into foster care, nothing like that. He ain't have to be nobody's ward. Mind you, I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah, I know.
And he had all these billions to fall back on. And you're telling me that the relatively poor little boy who watched his parents die doing the thing that they were best in the world at,
best in the world,
and ended up having to be somebody's ward.
Yeah.
And then going through having to be a meat shield for this person. And he's the more well-adjusted person.
And had to play Daniel's son to Batman's Mr. Miyagi.
Right. And he's the more well-adjusted person?
Oh, it gets even worse. He lost more people.
Oh, yeah.
He lost more people. And the reality of the situation is, even with all that, Dick grew up to have friends.
Yes.
Yo, Mike, I knew you knew where I was going with that.
Healthy relationships.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, well, okay, let me add a caveat there. All right, all of them weren't healthy. His relationship with Starfire is kind of toxic.
A little bit.
From time to time.
A little bit.
They be on some other type shit sometimes.
Yeah. And we're not talking about the version of Robin you saw in the Titans TV series.
Nah.
Because that was super dark. Super dope.
Yeah.
Super dark.
Yeah. But that was an outlier.
Yeah.
Like he was violent, but he wasn't bloodthirsty.
Right. Look how Dick relates to his friends, and look how Batman relates to Superman. Now you want to know the direct comparison? So you have Batman and Superman, and then you have Robin, and what's the Martian Manhunter's so-called niece?
Yeah,
McGann. She's alien.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see Dick tossing up aspersions like,
right?
You damn intergalactic immigrant! How dare you come down here? How dare you come down here? No. Do you see a Dick? I mean, I haven't seen that I know of, but have you seen Dick putting plans together to take out everybody in the Titans?
No, not to my knowledge. I mean, there have been scenarios that specifically tried to make it seem. You know, in Young Justice, when him and Caldor had to go undercover.
Yeah.
So sure, some of that, but not to the extent that it wasn't a situation where he literally had doomsday plans on everybody.
Yeah. And then and then you ain't tell, like, if all these people are heroes and they're doing this for the same reasons, roughly, you could have went to them and said, look, we've all dealt with powerful telepaths, with other motherfuckers that can actually control. And some of us are so powerful that being in the control of somebody else, you literally become a living weapon of mass destruction. We cannot take that chance. So I have these things here.
The protocols, the Xavier protocols.
be able to take people out so they get compromised and we can't get them back to save the rest of humanity. You couldn't have that conversation. No, you couldn't have that conversation.
He relied on the fact that Superman was universally beloved.
Yeah.
To have him explain it.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Because Batman is dysfunctional
piece
as
of
fuck.
Shit. Yo.
He's dysfunctional as fuck.
All facts.
He is.
All facts. He's a terrible human being.
And I'm going to tell you the other thing that makes him even worse. Like, all the stuff we mentioned is bad, but this is the absolute worst to me. Every time he does something that's unexpected, that people didn't think he could do, the fact that he answers how he did that by saying, "I'm Batman."
Mm-hmm.
That is the most dickish
thing. Yo, who the fuck do you think you are? Outside of your protocols
and money,
you would get fucked up by most of the people in this room.
Yeah.
If you didn't have those damn protocols,
and also, even with the protocols, their restrictions is
because some of the protocols require help from the other members of the league.
Facts. Yeah, and also the old saying, so often have I relied on the stupidity of strangers, and so rarely have I been disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Batman also enjoys the fact that Superman's personality will not allow him to do certain things he could do to end that fight like that. Like, he literally could bomb him with heat vision from orbit. Before you can get all your little toys.
Heat vision into his eyes. Give him a lobotomy.
You're done. Or he could literally fly fast enough past Batman to strip all the flesh off his bones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he could do that.
Yeah.
And there is actually a version of them. It's sort of a multi-world type story. It wasn't Crisis, but it was adjacent to Crisis, where you had Superboy Prime, who had just killed one of the Guardians, the Green Lantern Guardians, and he absorbed all this energy. But we thought he had kind of died, but he absorbed all this energy and was big, like he was a grown-ass man. He went into another world where there was a Batman and killed him easy as fuck. Despite all your batarangs, your kryptonite hidden in your belt, all your bullshit, all of your bullshit that the writers throw in there to allow you to beat an alien god, all the bullshit. Superboy Prime did not play around with Bruce.
Right.
He went down there, he snatched his punk ass up, and he flew him into orbit as fast as he could. The friction from the atmosphere literally incinerated the bat in his outfit and all. Real simple. Faster than Batman could react, because Batman's still only human. He's fast for a human. He's still only human. And there's no way, if Superman decided to speed blitz him, so y'all
Same
can
with
bring,
Flash.
Same with Flash. Y'all can bring all the plot devices these writers have used you want. But we see the power set. You know the vibes.
Facts.
You know the vibes.
Facts.
We can compare the power sets. You know the vibes. Superman doesn't kill Batman because Superman doesn't want to.
Right. Because he has a code that he lives by.
Yeah.
Have a scenario where Superman is not in his right mind, or he just decided enough's enough and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yeah, enough. Yes. Enough. That's it with you and your batarangs and your bat cables and your shark repellent.
A flick of the wrist.
Nigga, you could pluck his head off his shoulders.
I always say, the best way to win a fight, the easiest way to win a fight, battlefield displacement.
Yeah.
Just remove him from the equation. Throw him away. Yeah. Toss him somewhere.
Fuck out of here.
He'll and even allow him to live. Allow him to live. Just throw him somewhere.
If you throw him in orbit, though, he ain't gonna live.
That's different. Yeah, he ain't gonna live. But like, toss him in the ocean or some shit. Like, just toss him somewhere.
Take a drink.
By the time he get back, he'll cool down.
Yeah, because even if he goes and calls one of his little planes, it's still gonna take him a while to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Look, like I said before, Superman doesn't kill Batman because Superman doesn't want to.
That's it.
Superman wanted to kill Batman. He had so many options on the table. Mind you, options that do not necessarily include him even being in Batman's face.
It's his general vicinity, his field of view.
Look, I can kill you easily. Easily. This is the same. We're talking about the same alien that bench pressed the weight of the earth for 5 days and barely broke a sweat. You mean tell me he couldn't do this to the bat one day while the bat's talking shit? Like, well, one thing you don't understand about me, Cal, is that I'm one pluck. His head goes flying over a goddamn touchdown goal.
Yo.
What you don't understand in this gravelly ass voice, what you don't understand, Cal, is that it's it.
And we never heard from the bat again.
And we never saw the Batman again. There wasn't enough left to bury. We literally had to put a statue up there.
Yo.
You know? Fuck out of here.
Realistically.
And everything I just said about Superman applies to Martian Manhunter even
That's
twice as much. Twice as much.
That's a
twice
fact.
as much. Fuck out of here.
Bring that fire if you want.
Yeah, all right.
I'll just stand beyond the flame.
I'll erase out of your mind the knowledge of my weaknesses.
Right.
Now what?
Facts.
Now what?
Facts. You don't know what fire is. Now what are you going to do? What is your plan at this point? Like, I would love to see a comic where, like, one of them just toys with him.
Yeah.
Just toys with him for the entire run of the comic.
It actually reminds me of when there was this little cartoon, right, that somebody made where they was trying to clown Aquaman, right? So you saw Superman and Batman was like, Doomsday's attacking the city. We gotta get to the city. So Aquaman was like, wait up, fellas, here I come. Superman and Batman start laughing, giggle. Oh, what are you gonna do? Yeah. So he was like, first he got on Superman. He was like, I have an entire kingdom in military. You live in an igloo. Talk about the Fortress of Solitude. Then he went to Batman. He picked up the Batmobile like this. I have super strength and durability and speed. You still live at your parents' crib. Like he said, you have no powers and you still live at your parents' crib.
Right.
Like, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna tell you what Aquaman's gonna do. If Aquaman jumps down there on the scene, he's gonna be throwing motherfuckers.
Facts.
Whole blocks. He's strong as shit.
Without question.
I don't need no batarangs. I'm strong. I'm strong.
Superhuman strength.
And I'm bullet resistant.
Right. And even if I wasn't, my durability is such that
man, that's what I want to do, nigga.
Where did that shit come from? Where did the Aquaman hate?
Yo, it started at Robot Chicken.
Really?
Yep. It was Robot Chicken. They did a little skit. I believe it was Robot Chicken. They did a little skit where he was just in the water, like, hold up, fellas. Is there any water around there? I can, he don't have nothing else. But those of us that have read comic books for years, we know, chances are, in or out of the water, Aquaman's going to beat your ass. In or out of the water, Aquaman's going to beat your ass. Like, I've seen him punch Superman a block.
Right.
Like, you ain't doing that. and that ain't had nothing to do with him talking to fucking fish or swimming real fast. That was him getting jawboned.
Facts. There's no universe in which you have anything that can compete with this.
You can't compete. Listen, the average human and a lot of those metahumans, a king shark broke his teeth biting into Aquaman's arm.
Yeah.
Look, y'all can play stupid.
There's
it's
nothing
funny.
you can actually do.
Hee.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Hee. Aquaman only talk to fish. Hee. Yo, run up on him then. run up on him.
Invite him to your desert.
Yeah. Go holler at him.
Invite him to your desert and see what happens.
Look, fuck around and find out.
Right.
Fuck around and find out what I know his name Arthur. I know. Nerdy as fuck. Run up on him though. Run the border.
Y'all say I know his name, Arthur. Matters none, my guy.
Run the border. You know, the reason the writers named him Arthur is they was basing off of King Arthur.
Right.
So King Arthur wasn't no whore either. So like,
Absolutely.
Run the border. That's all. Come up there with your little fishy jokes.
Do you have any idea how a trident to the torso feels?
Look, what happens to a person? What happens to a person that gets stabbed with a trident? The same thing happens to anybody.
Everything else.
What are you talking about? Like, all right, run up on them then. Say something. Yeah,
it's not a wise decision.
I hear you go up there, call them fish fillets, Vanderkamps, do all that.
Hey,
swing on them.
That's delicious. That's delicious. But
yeah.
The taste of your blood ain't gonna be.
Call them salmon cakes. Do all that shit. I guarantee you. Swing on them. I know your favorite heroes is not Aquaman. I get that. He's not super popular.
No.
Motherfuckers like they anywhere from Superman, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Wolverine. I get all that. I'm just telling you. Run up on that though. Run up on Arthur. Talking
a wise
greasy.
decision. It's not a wise decision. I wouldn't advise it.
Run up on him. I dare you to run up on his wife. Mirror.
Oh.
Mirror's worse.
Yeah.
Mirror's worse. Run up on him.
Poof. I'm fairly certain she cares less.
She does care less. But she's not half human.
Right.
She's all Atlantean. And she don't give a fuck. Like, run up on him. Run up on him. If you ain't Wonder Woman, chances are Mirror's gonna beat your ass. Mm-hmm. You ain't Wonder Woman, she's already gonna beat your ass. And she's giving Wonder Woman good fights. So with all that water magic shit, she be over there doing. Run up on him. I dare you.
Battles.
Yo, I dare you to run up on Barbara Gordon. I dare you.
Nigga.
I dare you. In the wheelchair. Go ahead.
Oracle?
Yes, I dare
Come
you.
on now.
in the wheelchair. Run up on her. Run up on her. Run up on her. She learned a whole different fighting style after that.
Yo, she became a different hero.
You know what I'm saying? Like, run up on her in the wheelchair. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you.
Oh, man, yo. Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's just, there are a lot of unwise decisions.
I know you grown, over 200 pounds. Run up on Damon.
No, listen.
Run up on Damon. I dare you. Fuck around and find out.
And he'll kill you.
Yeah.
With no qualms.
He's not like Batman.
He doesn't
and
care.
Robin and them. He was raised by the demon. So
facts.
You don't give a fuck.
Like, bruh. Like, sure. Like, and that's the crazy thing. Both Dick and Damian would be better Batmans than Batman.
Agreed.
I don't know about Tim. I don't really know much about Tim Drake. I know Jason's batshit crazy, but I get why.
That's crazy. But you'd be crazy too.
You got beat to death by a
killer clown.
Crowbar.
Killer clown beat you to death with a crowbar. You're gonna have issues as well. You know what I'm saying? I think Tim is a good. He's a good kid. I don't know about him being Batman, but Tim is a good kid. He's a good kid.
I don't really know much about him.
Well,
like the Young Justice version is just like he's there.
Yeah.
So it's like
I think you'll learn to appreciate him more when that game comes out. Because first of all, for an alpha build, that should look polished as fuck. And you know it's one of those it's kind of multiplayer because 2 people can play the shit, right? But from what I saw of it, it looks like it really does a good job making Tim and Barbara like the stars of it, like because they always focus on Batman.
Right.
They always focus on time to focus on some of the other characters.
Facts. Absolutely.
So, and like all of it looked very polished. I mean, there was a lot of stuff happening in each and every part. You had the sky doing what it was doing during the storm. You had shit moving around. And then the cards, everything smooth. I didn't see any pop-up. I didn't see any frame rate drops. None of that. It looks really good. And the gameplay looks good. So I definitely want to play it when it comes out. I forget when the release date's supposed to be. But and they had it right there on the screen, alpha build. I'm like, really? It's interesting.
Paul said, give me Jason. It takes crazy to eliminate crazy. I'm sticking with Damian.
Jason would kill the Joker if he had the chance. You give Jason a chance, he'll squeeze the trigger.
But that's why I'm sticking with Damian, though, because Damian is like the perfect middle ground between Dick and Jason. Like, he's disciplined as fuck.
Right.
It's not just a like lunatic fringe.
It's not just that he mean.
No.
He's very skilled.
Yeah.
He's very skilled.
He has all the discipline in the world. He's just not going to stop. He's not
for the
going to do
record,
a half measure.
Batman is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just
he's just a different crazy. Yeah,
he ain't the right crazy to get rid of the Joker. Like he's the type of crazy that will jump off rooftops with a mask on and then fight these motherfuckers and throw them in jail and shit. But he ain't crazy. Like he ain't the right type of crazy.
He ain't necessarily do what needs to be done crazy.
Yeah, he ain't that guy. He ain't Wolverine crazy.
Nah.
Like, Wolverine's crazy. Like he has lucid moments. And he's wiser than people give him credit for.
Right.
But you make that nigga mad. Like
Berserker Rage?
Yeah.
Literally, he's not, he ain't hearing none of that shit.
Nothing you saying to him.
Don't let him go feral.
Shit. You know who else is kind of feral too? Hawkman in DC. Hawkman is a bit of a vigilante, like in the true sense.
See, now I don't know anything about him. All I know from him is the fucking cartoons.
Now, I don't know if they decided to change his character after a while and what he was before then, but I'm going to tell you, Hawkman he going to fuck you up. He's not going to play with you. He's not going to play with you at all. Hawkman will fuck you up. And I'm talking anybody ranging from street level, even up to Superman level, because some of the weapons Hawkman got has hurt Superman. So it's like, he hit that nigga with a planet once. Yo, I bullshit you not. He had this thing called the glove of Ra, and it basically focuses the electromagnetic power of the earth, the weight of the earth, basically, into one punch.
Yo,
he punched the shit out of Superman. Fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck out of here. Wow.
Yo.
Right in his mouth.
Yo.
Right in his
the
mouth.
only thing I could think about when you said that was when Thanos hit Iron Man with the moon.
That was disrespectful.
Yo, disrespectful as fuck.
Yo, that was disrespectful when it's the other scene too. Remember when he was just putting paws on him? Like he hit him, he socked him that one time. Like, pick up. Then
right.
Iron Man went down, then he kept going back in. Give me some more of that.
I'm like, yo,
disrespectful.
What are you doing? He's not supposed to be doing this. Like
shit. You know how Batman right around talking about I'm Batman. Thanos can legitimately do that.
That's true.
Thanos.
He's the Mad Titan.
Shit. Yeah.
Your name
and that
deserves that respect.
It's more than just him being insane. He mad.
Nah. He's angry
too.
He's angry as fuck.
He's angry too. Like
Nate said, Dave Chappelle voice, we reserve the right to fuck you up.
You know, we still reserve the right.
Oh yeah, friendly reminder, everybody, boycott the Chappelle show.
Do not watch the Chappelle show.
Yeah, boycott that shit. Absolutely.
Help Dave out in boycott the show.
Facts. But yeah, I think they had enough of our ramblings for one day.
We once again want to thank everybody that took the time out to come to the live stream and talk that shit.
Absolutely.
We mean this all affectionately when we say you're every bit as trash as we are. Appreciate it. Also, the people that are listening to this on Spotify, thank you for the
Yeah.
new followers we got this year.
I don't know where y'all came from, but bring more of your friends.
And in all 13 of those countries, we really appreciate the people that are taking the time out there to listen to these ramblings.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? The ramblings of these madmen, right? Because your continued support is what allows us to keep doing this. And there is a lot more to come. So for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, yes, and that does include Adequate. We are out.
Peace.